Oh, you guys already have to start drinking. Welcome to State of the Game. It is December 14th, 2010, and this is going to be a very, very shameless episode of State of the Game. Being that it's our last show of the year, all the hosts have been required to drink throughout the episode, and if you want to play along, here's the drinking game that we've made up. Anytime anyone says literally, you take a sip.
Including that one.
Anytime Day 9 laughs out of nowhere, you take a sip, which has already happened. So that's 2 sips.
When you say out of nowhere, what if it's like someone says a joke?
That's out of nowhere because you're not talking.
Usually you laugh like 3 minutes later, though, so it's still out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Continue along. There it is, right there. That's it.
Like that.
So that's like 3 sips already. Anytime NonY says chill or any variation of chill, you take a sip. Anytime that I mention World of Warcraft, you take a gulp. And anytime iNcontroL rants, you finish your drink. So before we get on with our first rant of the show, today on the show, Jeff, what's going on, man?
I'm doing well, JP. I am actually enjoying one of the presidential reserves of Franzia boxed wine.
Very nice.
Imported from Washington, D.C. It is the District of Columbia, which is not a state. I am just going to say this. I love my grapes.
There you go. Liquid Tyler Washleski, what are you drinking, man?
Yo, I have a confession to make. The wine that I am drinking is not from a box, and I'm so sad about that. Like I really wanted to drink box wine, but I'm drinking bottled wine, and I apologize to everyone. It's Bogle. It's a Syrah.
Okay.
You don't know what
cost at least $9. Yeah.
And I'd be lying to everyone if I didn't say I was chilling, and I'm so sorry, but everybody take a sip. I am so chilling right now.
Oh, that's like...
I'm not the giggle!
Sean, Day 9
Someone
Plot.
said get a box and put the bottle of wine in it.
Sean, what's going on, man? What are you drinking?
Being in a house full of gamers and board gamers, there is exactly one Corona in the fridge, and it is now in my possession.
Nice.
Yes.
Sick.
Does that mean you're only going to be drinking one beer tonight?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Substantial amount for me, man. It is a serious party.
Yeah, in Sean terms, that's almost like a full bottle of vodka.
I'm going to be naked dancing on my deck for 20 minutes.
And he will be live streaming this, everyone, so tune in to his stream.
Now, is that just because you don't drink a lot? Because you're a big boy, and I would think you could just absorb it all. Do you just not drink a lot? That you
absorb it all? I just put it off my head, and it just kind of disappears in a no, I don't know. I just don't drink that much. I mean, honestly, I like playing 2v2s, and I pretty much need full mental capacity to be able to do it as such.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I think that's a fair assessment of the situation.
I think that is fair.
That last voice that you hear is James Kennegit Lampkin, our Canadian friend. Don't fault him for that. What are you drinking?
Hello.
I'm drinking a bottle of Argentinian red wine.
Can you pronounce the name for me, please? It's like 3 drinks, man. People are gonna be fucking dead for this.
It's Fusion Alta. Now you may suggest
Jesus
that
Christ.
Fusion is spelled with an S, but in this case,
You have an Argentinian wine called Fusion Alta?
with a Z.
A Z. I knew he was going to say fucking
Z, as we say in Canada.
Z.
Yeah, no.
It's an Argentinian wine. It has a mahogany undercrest. It has hints of saffron and cauliflower.
I can label if you want. It's a delicious Argentine Malbec at its best. Medium boiled, smooth. I think it's how you say it. I don't drink wine. With intense black fruit flavors and aromas.
If you believe you should post the rules
2009.
Oh, I do need to post the rules. But before we get to that, if you want to tweet at State of the Game what you are drinking and possibly a picture, we'll rate everyone's drinks possibly towards the end of the show. So, and I also forgot to say what I'm drinking. I'm drinking 7-Up and blueberry vodka, which is pretty much
also,
a staple.
Real quick, if you want to pour said drink on your white T-shirt and then also take a picture of that, we will rate
too.
That.
That works good. Dude, for some reason you add blueberry to like vodka or something. Everyone's like, "Wow, that's so gay." What the fuck? I need to close the chat. I can't pull a Jeff this show and just rage out on everyone listening. But the topics this show, we're going to be talking about GSL, Game Coon, as Jeff likes to say, also known as Game June.
It is,
and we are going to be answering all of the remaining emails. As of right now, I have the timestamp, so you can't submit anymore because we're already at 67. But we're going to be answering every single one of those.
Really?
So, yeah.
All right.
So, Jeff, why don't you start off and tell us a little bit about the semifinals while I paste these rules in the chat.
So, in the semifinals of GSL, we had our mighty, mighty, mighty fucking hero, Jinro, go down. And, he went way down. I think MC actually, was it up to his elbow?
Possibly.
Okay. Joking aside, before everyone actually hates me, I love Jinro. He did a really good job. He actually did further than any other foreigner ever. He's playing probably the most inspired Terran I've seen, certainly the most exciting. Tyler, you want to talk a little bit more in detail about the series? I was just going to set it up for a joke, but then it got really quiet because apparently we don't joke about it.
We don't, man. That's like, Kennegit will get rich just to kill you.
Well,
He can't kill me.
I can't control that wizard. He's too powerful.
Oh no! Don't speak his name. Jinro, okay, he's a fucking hero, but like MC is on fire right now. And from what I've heard from the Koreans, everyone's been saying MC is like top Protoss forever, and it's taken the third GSL for him to actually do something. But like, you can see now that he's so fucking baller, and especially if you compare the way he played to the way Hongen played, like the execution it's like black and white. Like MC would pick a build and he would go do it like so well, and Hongen would pick a build and he would go do it, and you'd be like, dude, you're so bad at StarCraft 2. Like, what are you doing in the semifinals? And I don't know, Jinro, it seemed like there was nothing he could do. I mean, I've said it like months ago. Like, if Protoss plays perfectly, if they play really, really well, it's so hard to beat them. And that's what
such a good
MC's
point.
doing. Like, MC, he's taken all the Protoss knowledge and he's put all the practice into it to make sure that you use all that knowledge when it counts, and he's just doing it. And you can see how it just owns Terran. And
I want to expand on Noah's point real quick. If you play Zerg or Terran perfectly, it's actually really fucking hard to beat them too.
Yeah,
really good.
If you don't make any mistakes, I would go so far as to say that that's good.
Yeah. No, you guys laugh. That's actually true. I once was right. But
I'm saying, like,
Wait, hold on. You know what? I'm going to interrupt both of you. Because what's so awesome is that, like, the state of the game long since past, everyone was like, no, who do you think is going to be, succeeding in the next GSO?
By everyone,
like,
he means me. So
yeah, but I mean, JP, apparently you were an elephant in this story. Or an ant, something like that. Something with a large snout. But so, like...
I was going to comment on that, but I remained quiet because I knew Jeff would be there to back me up.
But like, and everyone's like, well, I really think Mako has been improving his play substantially. I think he is a threat. He's someone to look out for. And I was like, Jinro, what the fuck? Where's your spirit? Like, who cares if a Korean has been practicing hard, plays well? Jinro's in the tournament, and then he got to the Final Four. Oh, what a hero, man! But I do think that he played several steps below where he was capable of. in that series, because, I mean, in the previous series, he's like, it's going to be tough, but I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to do it. But right after he won that round of 8 match, even in the interview, he was like, yeah, I'm screwed, man. I am dead. There's no way I'm going to win. If he just like went into that and be like, oh, God, he made a gateway. I bet there's 3 others hidden. I'm so fucked. But still, like Jinro's better than MC. I'll just say it right now, man. MC's garbage compared to Jinro. But I'm going to say it, and I hope that Jinro hears it, so that way he is re-inspired to jump into GS4 with a pair of brass knuckles.
Well, Jinro...
We'll get to that in a second, right?
Jinro, if you're listening, and if you're not, well, I'm going to tell you this on MSN anyway, like, you have to believe fully that you're going to completely own whoever you play. And, I mean, I'm not totally involved in, even though I'm on the same team as him, you know, I'm not in Korea, I'm not in the same house, so I don't know the situation. But the feeling I got was that he had a defeatist attitude going against MC, as Sean was kind of hinting at right there. And it's like, it just can't happen. And like, I don't know, he's kind of inexperienced, Jinro is. I mean, he was a good player in StarCraft 1, but he never really played a lot of big tournaments. He was just a very smart player that, I don't know, he never really, maybe he didn't practice when he needed to. Yeah.
Do you remember those old ST for All videos where it was when Idred first got to Korea and Daniel Lee was walking around telling him that he has to have the eye of the tiger? And there were these awkward moments where Idred would just stand there for a minute and stare at the camera. And that's what you need.
Otherwise known as an interview.
Yes. I was going to say, Jeff, you're on fire, man. I can't beat you to the jokes.
It's the wine fucking toss, man. I can't even believe how inspired this shit is.
I know. Some of the people were saying that the semifinals, the semifinals between Jinro and Iron might as well have been the finals. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Thank God those weren't the finals. Those should not have been the finals. Let me tell you something. If those were the finals, I would have wanted the $20 back for the...
Not the actual game. I just mean like the actual matchup.
The players.
Over Rain versus Iron, because I think that's just going to be as bad.
Listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
Rain fucking took out Next Genius, a really good Protoss. Say what you want about Hongen. He took out Hongen. I think Rain has a chance to give us some good games. I would obviously never pick him to win. He's vastly the underdog.
So 4-1?
I actually go into every single GSO final saying, this one will be a good series. And so far I'm 0 for 2, but god damn it, this third one feels right. I really hope it's going to be a good series. So stay tuned and watch GSL Season 3 Finals, brought to you by our Toast Tasteless.
I was waiting for that, too.
Minchul's going to 4-1. That's what I'm calling
4-1?
4-1,
yeah. I think 4-1. 4-1.
Sean, what do you think?
Sean died.
That counts.
Sorry,
Sean is dead. The Corona was too much for him.
What I could have done is waited for that liquid to pass down my esophagus, but instead my brain went, an opportunity to talk, do it now, do it. So I'm recovering. What was the question, though?
Rain vs. Iron. I had to think about that for a second. Rain vs. Iron, what's the prediction for the series?
I'm going to say, I'm going to go bold, and by that I mean I'm going to predict what I won't think will happen, which is that it will be a 4-3 really close series, all long games, and no cheesing.
Wow.
And it must be the fucking alcohol talking.
Are you just trying to discredit yourself as a knowledgeable StarCraft person?
I'm saying that it's going to be a good series. Honestly, I think that it'll be 4-1 or 4-2, and all the shorter games will be, or the games that Rain wins will be shorter ones.
All right.
That's what I think it will be, but I do think Iron will take it.
Or to MC.
I want to ask Jeff, and this is back to the semifinals. If you guys, and Sean too, if you guys remember the first game on Metalopolis, the way Hongen played, the game that he won, well, one of the games that he won. What did you guys think of that? Because he went like double forge, and I know Sean's always talking about don't build Colossus, and like Hongen. Was Hongen your hero in that game when he went double forge and built a shitload of units? And
you want to go first, Sean?
No, I'll totally let you do that. Do your thing, man.
You are such a gent and a legionnaire.
I'm wearing my monocle for this cast.
So I watched that game, and I thought that was actually, well, okay. So this is actually, I'm ashamed to admit this because I was like, wow, that's so fucking cool. But the reason I'm ashamed to admit that is because so did like 600,000 other Protoss players on the planet. Because now you can't see a PvT where there's not 2 Forge at like the 6-minute mark. Like every fucking Protoss is like, oh my god, I'm like Hongan Prime, I'm like, oh my shit's so buff. And but it was awesome. Like he played it really, really poorly and tried as hard as he could to lose. But his shit was actually so jacked that the Zealots just would not die. Like my mental checker every time the like medevac Marauders were kiting the units, I'd be like, okay, they're supposed to die now. And then they're like, nope, they're actually at half health. I was like, okay, that's fucking amazing. I really liked the strategy. I liked the Metalopolis play. It was just disappointing how he played the rest of the series because I thought it went really downhill from there.
But his execution in that first game was poor.
Yeah, it was terrible.
He executed poorly the entire series, including the first game, even though he owned the first game with a new strategy.
Yep.
But the strategy was okay in my opinion, but cross position on Metalopolis or cross position on Shakuras, or I guess any positions on Shakuras, it might be okay to do that, but on all these Blizzard maps with short distances, I'm still sticking to my Colossus. I don't know if that build really works in other situations, so all the Protoss doing it on ladder, trying to force it into certain situations is probably not a good idea.
I'm a day 9 believer, man. The guy said don't do Colossus, so I've been working on it, but I gotta tell you, Sean, it's a hard knock life for us non-Colossus Protoss, man. It's fucking
What? You're crazy. Well, I'm talking no Colossus till 140 food, 160 food.
Yeah, then you switch to it. I think Templar to Colossus is strong, but I'm just saying, that first time when you have one Storm on all 3 of your Templar that don't have the Kadaran Amulet, the Terran smells that shit like a rank fetus in the bathroom. It's coming for you. It's terrible.
Well, it smells it like that. I was in an apartment once, and I said, that's a familiar odor. Let's play my favorite game, Find the Smell. It's a common game I play back in my own college dorm room. The worst part is that no matter what, you'd always lose.
This is true.
I don't think it's as hard. If you're getting the Storm really fast, but I still love the idea of upgraded gateway units because they're just impossible to actually kill. Because I keep repeating this same math over and over again, but people still kind of keep upgrading attack instead of armor. But if you get the armor upgrade and have a Guardian Shield, a Zealot takes 50 shots from a Marine just to kill the health, not including the shields.
So 6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds is so long.
Yeah, it's long.
So long.
You still need something doing damage, though.
Whatever. Look, listen. But it's
whatever.
Immortals and gateway units with upgrades are so strong. I actually think that Zealots and Stalkers are my favorite units in the game, just because they rip through things so hard. But I don't know. I'm ranting. Basically, I love that Hongun Prime was a non-Colossus Ing player in that series.
Well, one thing I have found that I've been working on that I really like, and I will say it's Day 9 inspired, so I'll put my patent on that, or his.
Yeah,
his pen
is I've been working with
Day 9 inspired. So fuck that guy.
The photon cannons. So it turns out photon cannons counter Thor rushes. They counter Marine Banshee rushes.
Yeah.
They do.
They actually don't counter Marauders, which is troublesome because that's like not dressing warmly for cold weather and then being upset that you didn't counter the cold weather. But photon cannons are great. If you could put the photon cannon on a spider-like unit and then having it walking around, we'd call it a Pragoon or Fragoon or Lagoon, something like that. I feel like this game would be fucking amazing. I'm out to see it.
Jeff, I would have a transition here, but TeamLiquid.net is down, so I can't actually say all I know about the process.
Do not overreact.
That actually syncs all my GameCoon information that I had, so I'm going to have to go...
Well, I was just actually going to ask you about horses, honestly.
Horses. You know about horses?
Tell me about horses. What are your thoughts about horses, Jeff?
3 sips.
Horses are like
Horses.
it's so fucking.
Jesus, Sean, quiet down.
You want to know about modern day slavery? You want to know about a race of animals that don't give a shit that they've been in slavery for hundreds of fucking thousands of years? Guess what happens when they die? They get turned into glue. You name me a superior race on this planet gets turned into glue. Like little children standing around their doe-eyed, black-eyed, soulless, monstrous animal parents, and they whisper to them, "Don't worry, children. Once you're done running yourself into the ground and being whipped and poked by spurred boots from people that can't spell authority, you will actually get turned into an adhesive so that little fat-fingered children in their play schools can take one piece of construction paper and put the other end on their forehead where they can't get that shit off until they run hot water down their face crying the entire time." You want to know about a goddamn slave race of animals that they come in different colors and like female, like girls. They don't get it. It's a goddamn, it's a fucking representation for a phallic animal, and they wonder why they want to ride the shit out of a horse. Every girl from ages like 7 to 26 is asking for a pony, but what they're actually asking for is to get ridden into the ground, doggy style. Horses are a
no, that's actually proven. You know, you think he's ranting, but that's actually true.
Dude, I totally agree. Cannons are great in PvT.
And
can we go over that for a second? Why?
Yeah, feel free, because Team Liquid is still fucking down, man. You're failing.
Why are smaller animals smarter than larger animals? Like, you think a horse with a brain, or like with its head that big, should have a much larger brain. It should actually be smarter than us, right?
You know, I've thought a lot about
Chihuahua, this. What is the dilemma?
Dr. Sean,
Why
please tell
is a
us.
Chihuahua with a pea-sized brain smarter than the horse?
Please don't talk about small dogs.
Well, no.
Hold on, Jeff. We got to give him a second to refill before you go on
I
another
have
minute.
a Shih Tzu Spaniel that lives with
Why?
my parents, and he's the smartest dog I've ever had.
Who died?
He also
allowed
drinks
parent that?
Argentinian wine.
Let me continue.
Special hand glass blown canteen. Go ahead.
He
Go
smokes
ahead.
a pipe and rocks in his chair. No, but the house I live in, like to go to school, we have a husky, and he's just a big fucking husky. But he's a dope. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't cast games. He's just a big dopey husky.
Does the husky pull your sleigh to school, or do you actually?
How does that work in Canada, actually?
No, you need more than one husky,
Okay.
unfortunately. You need about 5 or 6 to get anywhere.
Does he say H to the husky before he takes off?
No, contrary to popular belief, they do not speak.
Okay, continue on. We've asked enough husky questions.
No, but he is definitely stupider than my
husky?
home.
Oh.
Well, that proves it then.
This is
My sample margin.
Publish a paper.
My sample margin of 1. This is a 100% success rate with this study. So
based upon what Kennegit just said, I want to remind everyone, while Team Liquid is down, I encourage you to go to gosugamers.com.
.net. It's .net.
And check out the news section. Right now, they actually have a picture of Day 9 on the front of it. Denmaga versus QXC on the Day 9 Daily. So check that out.
Nice.
And someone just aimed someone about that, too, apparently.
I got a Facebook message.
There's a text. That's an iPhone text.
Wait, your iPhone makes that noise?
Dana got a iPhone text.
I did not get the text. Let me tell you something.
No,
My
you didn't.
phone's completely blank. I'm going to go text JP just so I get a little attention.
So, your servers are still down, Kennegit, but we're going to talk about...
Listen, you say your servers like I have anything to do with this server transition. I'm
Kennegit.
Argentinian wine.
Kennegit.
Rich is working really hard to try and
Dude.
get this.
Kennegit.
Nothing to do with it.
Kennegit.
Kennegit.
He's going to finish the
Jake.
thought.
Chill out, man. Chill out.
Guzzle, everyone! Oh, poor viewership.
Yeah,
I feel
poor
bad.
viewership. I do know about the Code S that Jinro and Idra are in the same group, apparently.
Yeah,
So,
it's exciting.
or retarded, but yeah.
Well, it was randomized, JP, and you should know about that. MLG did that.
Wait. Do we need to talk about extended series, Jeff?
I can't even believe you said those words, because that's not what I'm talking about at
Bring
all.
those up. Don't bring that up.
JP,
That was the last time.
you're off the show, man.
You actually broke like 6
State of the game.
Shit, I just broke my own fucking rule, dude.
Oh.
God.
All right,
Is there a new rule that we can't talk about that anymore?
No.
Yeah, absolutely. It's called common sense.
No.
I'm actually on fire right now. If
You
this
are
were,
on fire,
if this
dude.
were Street Jam, I would be physically on fire in pixelated version.
You mean
Do you
NBA
remember that
Jam?
MTV show with what was his name? Wilder Valderrama from that 70s show?
I don't watch Argentinian television, so I have no idea.
You don't remember, what was that show? It was called Yo Mama, and they had two crews facing off on a roof in the middle of New York in the
What are
in
we
the
talking?
You don't remember that show? I'm gonna Google it right now.
What? Wait, StarCraft. Someone say
MTV.
something related to StarCraft.
Here we go.
Please.
All right, look. Let me just contribute. Listen. Look.
I'm gonna drop it in chat right now.
Guys, okay, so I got a question. Did you guys, as
Oh wait, no,
kids,
it's the wrong.
Let Sean. Everyone, be quiet.
Okay.
Sean,
Guys-
you have the floor.
Guys, I'm holding the conch shell. It's my turn. So, I'm wondering if you guys ever watched that old show on Nickelodeon where they were they played
that.
inside the video game. It was like a video game show, and like the final challenge was that they got in this virtual reality thing, and they had to like swing their hands around and get coins. Nick Arcade, that's it. Yeah,
I have
you
never
guys
heard
are
of that.
what?
All I remember from
Yeah.
Nickelodeon is like All's
I
That,
saw
and then
that.
the Legends of the
All right,
Lost
while you
Temple.
guys talking about this,
Oh,
I'll load
yeah.
up you spirit back.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
There you
Like
go.
I still say, the choice is yours and yours alone. That show was so good because the kids were like 8 years old and they'd have to hold on to spinning logs and they'd be so sick. And there would just be these excessively ripped security men just to make sure the kid didn't drop dead smiling on the sidelines.
It's true. Are You Afraid of the Dark was pretty good too.
Oh,
Are you afraid of-
God, that show was great.
So was Hey Dude, and
God tier.
what was that?
God
Camp
tier show.
Anawana. What was the name of that show? Was it
Salute
Camp-
Your Shorts.
Salute Your
With
Shorts.
donkey
there you go.
lips? Yeah.
That was good shit. Jeff's gone. I don't have anyone to throw to about Idra and
Where'd
Jinro.
you
go?
He went to go get more wine or something.
Wait. JP, keep
Yo,
us on track, man.
to our British
We have
viewers
64
or
questions.
listeners, I have
Yeah.
a question. To our
What?
British listeners, do you remember that show called Mastermind that was on in the early '90s? And it was like a floating.
Wait, how did you
man's
get British
like,
TV in
okay.
Canada?
Cyborg song, and she'd ask the kids questions?
Get there, Jeff.
Jeff,
No.
Jeff.
Yeah, some people.
Kennegit.
One
I
guy.
have some advice.
What do you want to tell?
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, they remember.
Kennegit's been sent by the Subdudes show to make this terrible. Okay.
I've never seen Dave! No way! I don't believe it.
Jeff, let's talk about StarCraft
Yes, please.
and the GSL Class S.
Okay. I
Idra,
don't know if we have the groups in front of us.
We
But I
don't.
would like to talk about the
seemed like we're
Idra
still
Jinro
fucking
group.
down. Yeah, just talk about that group.
I'm going to spread some real drama for you guys. You ready? Real
Here we
drama.
go. Here we go.
Got a story for you.
Boom, mind equals blown.
A couple of weeks ago, decided to myself, you know what? I'm going to go to that GSL thing, qualify and win it. Didn't turn out that way, but took a flight to Korea anyways. Okay?
I thought you were
This
going
is
to
the
say
real part.
Chi-Town or something.
Yeah, I almost said China. Fuck that place. And while I was in Korea, hanging out in Koreatown with my boy Idra, the Kraken, we were playing some games. Mostly, I was watching him tell every Korean to fuck off. And
Nice.
he had to play this one player named Liquid Jinro for the America, sponsored by Reagan, versus Europe tournament. And I saw him with his little dainty hand, his little fingers. He typed to Jinro, "Hey Jinro, we're supposed to play for that tournament." And Jinro said, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, for that USA versus Europe tournament. Let me link you." Smiley face, heart, emoticon. Jinro read that. And I imagine his brow sweat a little bit. His palms got a little bit more tense. And his back arched. And he put his beanie down a little bit lower on his face. to hide his tears, and he said, I'm not going to play. And then he logged off. I believe what happened was that the fear of Idra was enough to drive the Chinro off the internet. And I believe that come GSL Season 4, the real season, the real league, we're going to see them face off. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide, Jinro. Idra's coming for you. That's all.
Boom, drama. That's Group H. Thanks to all of you listeners who sent me that link. They're also in the same group as Check Prime and OGS Ensnare. Not too bad of a group, I guess. Looking at some of the other groups, you've got Clyde and Marine King in the same group. You've got Nada and MC in the same group with Inca as well.
Actually, you've got 3 OGSs in the same group. That's how hilarious that group is.
Group F, yeah, Group F is pretty ridiculous.
It's a OG group.
Dude, Jinro is gonna win the entire tournament.
Really?
Period. It won't even be close. What are you talking about? He has a really easy group. He's just probably gonna throw. And then he'll just go ahead and take the win.
So
that's about it.
How many people advance from each group? 2?
At least Jinro advances from each group.
Okay,
I think
that's it's a new metric.
Seems fair.
Now, I don't have anything. Someone link me in the chat about Group A, because, Jeff, you wanted to talk about this, and it was that Rhett is in Group A, right? That's what you wanted to hit on?
Yeah. Who else is in there? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll wait till that link is given to me. But
can you find that for us? Do you know any website that would have that
I'm
information?
drinking some fine Argentinian vino.
So I have the groups up. Which group did you want to know about?
A, with Rhett.
You're talking about the Group A groups, not the Group S groups, right?
yes.
I do not have the Group A groups. Let me find them.
All right, I found someone. Jonas223XC, thank you very much for that. That's the same fucking... You just linked in the same group? Why the fuck did I just say your name on there? Someone's got fucking trolled by some guy. God damn it.
Like the worst form of trolling.
Oh, there aren't Code A groups yet, apparently, because they have, like, playoff matches or something?
Yeah, they're on the right now.
Well, shit. Jeff, you want to talk about Rhett?
Yeah, tell me about Rhett. Who else is in that group?
We don't know, because they're not groups yet.
All right,
man.
I'll talk about the group, because right now, all I know is that Rhett's in the group.
It's been played, hasn't it?
He's going to do well.
It's been played.
Right now, it's STAce, Alive Foo, Sync, Rhett, Free Saga, and Maru Prime. And Rhett is 2 and 3 currently. So the group's done. Saint, Ace, and Alive Foo and Sync have 3 wins.
So Rhett's out of Group A?
I think so, yeah.
What class? Is it code or class?
I thought he qualified.
Right, I thought he qualified.
All right, everyone's saying that Rhett has
Rhett's
qualified.
Everyone's saying Rhett is qualified.
Day 9's trolling us, excuse me, I had the wrong troll.
I just tried to read information from the earliest thread I found, so I guess this is totally wrong. Oh, wait, what is this? What does this say?
This is how prepared. We made sure that everyone had drinks, but we weren't prepared with the actual.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was top 2 advance from the Group S. So yeah, he's through. He's through.
So he's in Code A.
Yes.
You always have to wait for the second thing that Sean says.
Rhett is Code A.
I'm always right eventually.
Do we know who is in his group yet, or no?
Yeah, it was Saint Ace, Alive Foo, Sync, Rhett. Oh, fuck. That's the old group. Man, shut the fuck up, Dana.
All right, Jeff, do you have the information that you wanted to talk about this? We need to dig deeper.
Well, we don't know who the group is.
All right, GameCoon.
GameCoon.
Tell me what you know, Jeff.
Info on GameCoon. So, okay, listen.
How many people are going?
Well, it's already happened, Kennegit.
Oh.
And,
let me change my tense.
Wait, who won?
Actually, hang on. Let me get into the proper mood for this.
All right, proper mood. Wait, is this a rant?
Tournament in Mexico City. Numerous goals, they show up. Okay. We had Tai 1 and Frank. I think I'm slipping into a southern accent. Hang on.
Yeah, that sounds almost like me, man.
Where are you
This
from?
tournament is from everywhere.
It's like Texas of Mexico. Anyways, so in Mexico City, this tournament happened. Okay, first place prize 10,000 USD. Second place 5,000 USD. Third place 2,500 USD. Which actually makes it like the second biggest tournament to DreamHack outside of GSL.
Now, speaking of racist stereotypes,
wait.
where were all of the top gamers in North America and Europe?
Who? What?
Wait, what? Why weren't
That
they
is
there?
so racist.
Where was everybody else?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but Mexico is terrifying. You actually can't drink water.
You
Can't
can't.
eat the tacos.
Can't.
People disappear into cars and then wind up in America being sold as sex slaves, which is weird because that's like you wouldn't think that's where they would go, but they do.
Right.
So
it's just like the movies, is what you're saying.
What?
It's just like the movies?
It is exactly.
It actually is just like the movies.
No.
Well, you know,
Have you seen them like Taken or Trade?
Man on Fire?
Have you seen Taken? Have you seen the Academy Award-winning picture Taken? Yes.
What did that win an Academy Award for?
Have you seen the best?
Was it just like the
picture?
best kick-ass movie?
Anna asked if she should call into the show. She's ringing me on the phone. Should I take it?
Yes, let's take it.
Take it.
Yeah, go
take
for
it.
it.
Okay, honey. How are you doing?
Hey, honey.
Hi.
Closer to the mic, Jeff.
How you doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Good. Got done with fire practice.
Okay. You know I'm doing State of the Game right now, right?
She got done with fire practice.
What's that?
Choir practice or fire?
Fire practice? She was practicing fire?
She was practicing fire, Day 9, yes. She had fire
She's a
practice.
black mage.
She's obviously an avatar or black mage.
Fire or, bad things happen.
You got better stuff than that, honey. Not your best effort.
You know what? Did you tell them about your new tattoo?
Your new tattoo?
Just making
Is
a
it a
joke.
butterfly?
Wait for the punchline. What is it, honey?
What is it?
Honey, don't try to hide the fact that you're getting a tramp stamp.
Okay.
Fell a little flat.
Yeah. They want you to be on the show, though, honey, so if you get home real quick and hook up your Oshkosh computer, you can get on here. Yeah?
No computer.
Yeah.
JP, can you make State of the Game no girls allowed?
Oh,
Can we
try
just-
that.
Cooties. The game,
Try-
yeah.
And I can be in your sexy presence.
What?
What? She
Thank
just
you,
called
honey.
us all sexy or something?
Called everyone sexy.
Nice.
Oh. Dude, girls allowed.
It's not
All right,
as
honey,
good
well,
when-
see you soon, okay?
when it's a group sexy. I just
All right,
like
love
it.
you, bye. Okay.
All right, so anyways, we're talking about Game Coons. What do you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Game Coon happened.
Back to
Okay,
racism.
excellent tournament. There were a couple favorites, but I don't want to spoil that. So anyone that hasn't heard of the tournament Game Coon yet, turn off
Who
your internet right now.
And also search for Game GUN, also known as Game Genie or something like that. But
Yeah, it's got an E at the end of that one too. There, sport.
oh yeah,
So who won? Who won?
Otherwise,
Well,
it's Game Gun.
Game
And if you have
Gun.
less creative words than fucking Game Gun, which turns out to Game Goon. Anyways,
continue on.
TT1 did end up taking second place, and in third place was a player by the name of Maker. First place I will allow to be a mystery for everyone until they go see that.
Wait, can you type that in the chat or something?
I am not gonna Google that shit. So just
TT1
tell me.
second to Phoenix from Peru. Phoenix is famous for taking first place in the ESL Americas tournament. And
He
he
is
also
great.
is
He
a
got-
player.
He got third at DreamHack, beating OGS top 3-1 convincingly in the semifinals.
Yeah. He's been like 15 years old for 6 years, and he's like one of the best foreign returners. He's really fucking good.
Is that all
So
we're going
that-
to talk about, Game Goon?
Super excited, exciting tournament.
Yep.
Did they have a stream for that, Jeff?
They did.
Was
but,
was it Mexican or Spanish?
Excuse me? No. Don't let us slow you down. Keep going with that.
Was it in Mexican, Jeff?
They had a stream, but they only projected onto the side of the deli in Mexico.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd love to see some StarCraft cast in Mexican. That would be hilarious.
They didn't have enough white laundry to make.
Just stop, dude.
I'm sorry.
Just that's the major demographic, yeah.
Just stop, man. Just stop.
It's okay. They can't afford to listen to the show anyway.
Oh, my God.
It's not like they're Russian or something, Jeff. Come on. Jesus.
Me and JP are in San Antonio, man. We're vulnerable. You're far away.
You're gonna get pulled into a van.
We're going to fucking die tonight. They're actually sitting right outside of our windows waiting for the perfect moment.
NJP. State of the game.
The worst. The worst.
I have an announcement. I have an announcement to make.
Alright.
I have finished one bottle of wine, and I am opening the second.
Okay.
All right. Wait, what is the second one the same as the first?
Yes, it's exactly the same.
All right.
I don't know why we bought
the
the same,
same,
but we did.
I have had 1/4 of one bottle of Corona that I will likely not finish.
I've almost finished this liter of vodka. That's not good.
God.
Really? You alcoholic?
Sorry.
All right, so I'm curious because I guess I'm just feeling a little bit of a disconnect here because you guys are like having a fun time chatting about your beer and your racism, and I'm watching. I have StarCraft full screened on both monitors, and I'm texting my friend Tristan to arrange 2v2s tonight.
Sounds good, man.
And I don't know, like if this makes me an outsider to this podcast.
Nope.
I don't think so. It is about StarCraft after all.
Okay.
We having like a
Now,
romance moment here?
I wanted to emphasize what my experience in Mexico is like, which is that everything is wet. Like, it's just so humid that, like, in the hotel room that I was at, I kept just, like, slipping because the tile floor was just, like, all moist. And the sheets in the bed were just, like, wet and damp whenever you'd climb into bed with it.
You just confirmed it. This is actually all a euphemism for one of the nights you've just had with a girl.
Oh, yeah, totally. That's right. Big fucking pimpin' day 9.
Everything was wet.
InControL bitches ain't shit. StarCraft over bitches.
That's right. You know how I roll. You know how I do.
But seriously,
We ride together, we die together.
I think we need to hit the Asians a little more, then we'll cover everyone for racism this show, guys. But Sean, do you want to talk any more about how wet Mexico was?
Please tell me how wet it was.
I think I'm satisfied with my.
See, how can you use words like that and you guys don't think the same thing I'm thinking?
I do, but I just let it fly, man. I just let it go. Should we move on to the...
Yeah, let's move on.
67
questions.
User questions? We're going to be here for a while.
Let's do it.
Go.
All right, from... Why is your last name Klim Kazak? Like, what kind of last name?
He's an alien. Well,
I'm not going to read his first name, but Klim Kazak,
He's
really?
an alien.
Poop Feast 420. Let's go.
All right, Poop Feast 420.
Welcome back.
He says, kill one, screw one, marry one. Artosis, Idra, and Tasteless. Jeff, go.
I'd just screw them all.
No, yeah, that's not how...
All right, kill one, screw one, marry one.
Yep.
That's tough to say. I think I would kill Tasteless just to start a rivalry with Sean so that we could do like a final battle at the top of a moving semi-truck on the freeway. Sword battle.
Sounds good.
And I would marry Artosis because obviously he's the most hospitable and feminine. And
Plus,
I think
frogs lay a ton of eggs.
all of them, if I were to turn them around and shave their back, I think he would be the one I could each and every night. And then Idra, I think, would be a one and done. You know, get it out, hit it and quit it type of thing.
Hit it and quit it. Wow.
I'm only going to... Since we have 67 questions...
Oh, we're going to do one question each? Okay.
I think we're going to do one question each, so...
Or one answer each, rather.
Same difference. Can't get too much
sure.
I don't think it's the same.
Sorry, Sean. I would have fucked the shit out of Nick.
I would have pounded that ass. Yeah.
I'd be all over Nick, man. And
I was
going
going
to
to
too.
marry Artosis.
That would have been process of elimination for me. I was like, well, if it's between killing, having sex with, and being married to my brother, I'd probably kill him just to be nice to him because I think that's pretty shameful for him.
Sean,
number 2.
honey,
JP.
are you going to come to bed?
Question number 2. This is directed at Kennegit.
Yeah.
And this is going to be funny because I don't know if you know a clue about WoW. But he says, if State of the Game remembers or were WoW characters IRL, what race and class would they be? I might be the only... Well, actually, no. If you can't answer this,
can
I
you
have a
repeat
good...
the first part of the question again?
If State of the Game members were WoW characters IRL, what class and race would they be? Can you answer this, or should I pass it on? All right, answer it.
InControl would be
Troll.
an orc warrior.
No, he'd be a troll.
Tauren.
Yeah, I was thinking
He would
Tauren,
be a
too.
troll. Listen, did you ask me the question, or did you ask yourself the question? He would be an orc warrior.
Continue on.
JP would be
Night elf.
blood elf priest. NonY would be night elf rogue.
What?
Day would be
I play Warlock. Fuck you.
We'll get back to that in a second, Tyler.
Gnome paladin. Ship it.
okay. Gnome paladin. That's fair. I don't know if that's accurate. Okay, we'll go with gnome paladin if that's
He'd
what
play
you
a
want.
druid, man. He'd play a fucking druid.
I played Diablo 2, and I was a Hammerden in that bad boy.
Oh, those are the most OP shit in the world.
It was so easy. Oh!
Yeah.
It was
So OP.
I also want to state that, Tyler, what level are you in WoW right now?
85. Why wouldn't I be? You think I'm a fucking newbie?
So Tyler has
How
been
long did
asking me constantly in WoW the past couple of days on where he should level, what items he should obtain, etc.
Finish questing in Deep Home.
Wait, Tyler, you don't know that shit, and you actually are level 80? Or 85? Are you telling me that truthfully?
No, he knows now because I told him.
Protoss to Protoss, 85.
JP, don't overrate yourself. You didn't help me out that much.
What I'm trying to get at is that Tyler does play WoW, and he is 85.
Yes, it's true.
Tyler can do anything he wants and be amazing because he plays StarCraft 2 really well.
Yep.
Tyler could get caught and arrested for having sex with his dog, and people would overlook that.
Has that happened, Tyler?
Not yet.
Not the caught part.
You think? Yeah, you think I'm the kind of guy that'll get caught? Oh man, I'm like Dexter.
All right, Tyler. You're like Dexter. Tyler, this one is for you from...
Okay.
Which one is more interesting? I'll go with the last name. Mr. Jones, all he says constantly, pasted about 20 times, is that Murrow drone rushed Straylock and won convincingly. And he doesn't have a question. What are your thoughts about this?
Straylock's better than Morrow, so I'm pretty sad about that.
I commentated that fucking match.
Yeah, I actually listened to your commentation, and all it was over.
I actually laughed. I was
no
quite
idea.
charming the whole time. Thank you very much, sir.
I heard, and then I just turned it off because he won. Did you have actual insightful, how do you, Jeff,
Man.
teach me how to cast. How do you put insightful information into that?
Well, you just kind of, like when Randy Johnson hit the bird with his pitch and it exploded. It's at that moment that a commentator is like, he's put to the test. It's going to make or break his career. Does he start laughing? Or does he make some insightful comment? Guess what I did? I fucking laughed. Because it was hilarious. The guy made 12 drones, said, all right, pack it up, boys. We got a fucking Terran to go kill. He shows up at Straylock's base. Straylock's like, it is 12 drones. The time not acceptable. So he sends 6 SCVs.
He was flying a battle cruiser.
He sends 6 SCVs. He tries to finish his fucking barracks because he's thinking to himself, well, if I can get that barracks done, and a Marine
One Marine.
pops out, that Marine's going to kill every one of those bitches. And then he kind of realized...
Which is true, because Marines, they can shoot and move at the same time like a phoenix.
Yeah, but not if he has +1 armor, then it takes 36 hits to kill a drone, so 4 seconds.
Yeah. Or Guardian Shield, man.
So yeah.
Those charging
it was so
zealots
fun
that are
to
covered
watch
by Guardian.
Rainey and Terran literally find out that he was going to die to a drone rush and everyone was watching. I loved the anguish. I could feel it.
You can go watch that. I believe that's on YouTube if you want to watch that game with Jeff casting it, which I highly recommend because it's only like 3 minutes long, so it won't take you very long to watch it. Next question from, let's go with Mr. Bassett. This is for Sean. That's quite a question. He goes, knick-knack. Like, wait.
Paddywhack?
He is knick-knack.
Dog a bone.
He starts it off with knick-knack, comma. So I guess I am knick-knack, or the show is knick-knack. But anyways, he must be European or something. I just don't understand. I just played a 35-minute game on Zelnaga Caverns against a 2,000-point Protoss, and I found myself kind of lost as to what I should be doing late game. I took bases and masked, but I couldn't engage him anywhere. And when I did, all I remember was a lot of force fields, blood, and the soft weave surface of my carpet against my face the next morning, okay? What should I do as Zerg late game versus Protoss? And if that same idea transfers over to Terran, so be it. Thanks, bro.
Whoa.
Well, knick-knack, I would say...
I'm knick-knack. His name is Mr. Bassett. Sorry.
What is the matchup?
ZVP.
Can you actually just repeat the question?
Can you just reread all that just one more time?
He just wants to know what should I do as Zerg late game versus Protoss, and if the same idea transfers over to Terran, what you can't make Zerg units as Terran, so I don't know what he's asking. So be it.
It's for Zerg ideas to transfer over to Terran because Terran is oftentimes not Zerg. But I would say that like late game, for me, you get maxed really fast with like a lot of roaches and corruptors, and then you kind of throw down a lot of spine crawlers to just stay alive until you can get broodlords. That's kind of like the traditional mix. I don't really. Yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. I mean,
I concur.
If there's anything else to say, but I mean, really, Zergs are pretty siloed into that these days, where it's just like, all right, well. I made roaches to hold off a mid-game push, and then it turned out that he wasn't attacking, so I made some more roaches to deal with the inevitable attack, and then I was maxed at the 10-minute mark. So now I have to figure out ways to suicide units cleverly, and then re-max with a different set of better units. So basically you get all roaches, you kill some more, get some corruptors, then you kill some more roaches and turn the corruptors into broodlords. Did I nail that or what? Bam!
Yes.
Fucking half-court shot, bucketed hockey puck through
Can I
the
add
leg.
something?
Fucking
Yes.
Hail Mary
Please
at the
do,
buzzer.
Jeff. Only if it's
actually,
a racist comment, but...
Well, I'm not going to be pigeonholed that way. I choose to rise above it, like the blacks did in the mid-1900s with the help of a few white men. So I'm actually going to add to that. I agree with everything Sean said, but one of the really good things you can do, too, in late-game ZVP, like you've got your corruptors because you went Colossus or whatever, build like 15 spine crawlers because you're already banking like 5k minerals anyways. That frees up your supply, so you actually have like an artificially large army which still has mobility because the spine crawlers can actually dick wave through the air and like transplant themselves somewhere else. Obviously, that's not great for a battle, but it's good for like static defenses. And then build the broodlords with that freed up supply. Boom.
Boom.
Headshot.
Next question.
Ow, I just hit my fucking knee. Jeff from Pseudo Space Nim, so Mr. Nim. It's not really a question, but he goes, a few episodes ago, someone in chat suggested peanut butter and lettuce sandwiches. You, JP McDaniel, with SP question mark in quotations, but he spelled my name right, so good job, failed to give this delicious snack the respect it deserves. Seriously, make one. They are delicious. You're already doing a drunk cast. Why not turn it into a snack cast? Natural peanut butter is best with real peanut oil as opposed to canola, less sugar too.
Stop. That is, if that's not an Artosis snack, I don't know what. Lettuce and peanut butter, that is Artosis. And
That reeks of Artosis.
We won't have that.
Now, Jeff, how do you want to respond to this question?
I think Tyler, who's a kindred spirit of my own, actually took that quite well. I accept what he said.
All right, so we'll skip Tyler and throw this next one at Jeff. From Derek and Jennifer. It's actually from a couple, apparently.
Is that tough to read?
Well, I didn't want to. I was kind of confused because it said and it's from one email. So
JP, are you lonely?
That is a big word. Someone has girl.
I know. I am confused right now. So he says SOTG guys with only one G, so it's a play on us. Okay. Based on the latest GSL, are Koreans really better, or are they so reliant on cheese that they really can't play with a good macro player for a long game? Obviously, there are exceptions, MC, but I don't believe the discrepancy between Koreans and foreigners is that large because StarCraft 2 does not require the hard robot play like Brood War. What do you think?
Okay, so my name is temporarily Jeff in order to answer this question,
Sure.
but I'm going to step in honestly because I want to try to break the theme of racism from everyone else. So I genuinely just think that I think it's a total misnomer, the idea of just where Koreans are better at games than non-Korean people, because really it's the fact that they had this entire developed pro scene around it. And honestly, there are plenty of people cheesing because right now that's possible to win, but I've never found any of the Koreans to be superior on average than the North American or Europe servers, at all.
Jeff, do you allow Sean to speak for you in this?
It is definitely super annoying to see that much cheesing that far into a tournament. Especially dislike the public apology from TSL Rain. I'm so sorry I did what it took to win a fucking tournament. I'm so sorry I won. Man, did you see when Tyler cheesed Idra? Did you see that in TSL 2? And Tyler was like,
you want to apologize for this?
You want to apologize? Yeah.
Are you sorry? Are you sorry, Tyler? Sorry,
dude. No.
Give your money back, IMO.
No.
I think a lot of the cheese has to do, too, in the effectiveness of said cheese, has to do with the state of StarCraft 2 and how early it is in this game. Right now, cheese is more effective because the counters, the responses, the indicators for said cheese are all relatively undefined or at least inexperienced, across the board. When I see something, I'm like, well, it could be that, but maybe it's not. And then conversely, when I'm a player and I'm like, well, I've won a lot with this because it's not working as much, you're more prone to do it. So there's just a whole bunch of indicators funneling that down into a more common denominator. And I don't fault the players necessarily. I really think I agree with Sean. The apology was absurd and it was ridiculous that people even called for that. He's playing for $80,000. If he walked out of the booth and found a cute dog to distract the guy and it worked, then I would be like, wow, that's fucking brilliant. Congrats.
It's like in all those movies where it's well, I guess a pig really can enter the dog-sheep competition, and they're looking there yeah, it's totally cool to distract your opponent with a dog.
Airbud.
If you goes in the guy's booth to shake his hands, but actually just rips the loudest and stinkiest fart ever, then slams the door shut.
Jeff, would you have done that if you were in the GSL round 3?
No, I'd just shake their hand and invade their privacy bubble. I'd get real close to them and shake for a little bit too long and not really say anything, just kind of look at him and shake the hand for a long fucking time, stepping a little bit closer.
You sit next to him and just put your hand on their inner thigh, and you're like, good luck in our match, man. And you just sort of look at him a little while. Just look at him.
Very nice. Well played.
The question about Korea, I accept everything Day9 said. He said it beautifully.
All right. Since you have still not answered a question yourself, Jeff, this next one is for Protoss guys out there from Pinder, the Australian Protoss player. He says, in the early game, is the early PvP game slowly settling down in terms of randomness, and is a standard emerging, or is it still quite a rock, paper, scissors opening situation?
I'm going to let Tyler lull this one because I bet he's got something funny.
We're just passing off all the shit.
He's got something funny for us. I can feel it.
Wait, no. Jeff, you're up to bat. You're up to bat, man.
Let me talk about the current state of PvP right now.
Let's do it.
Take a bottle, shove it up your ass. That's on. Pretty much PvP, every single match. I'm like, you know what, this guy, god damn it, he's cannon rushed me 4 times in a row. No way he's going to do it again. So we 2-gate cannon rushes. And it happens so slowly and methodically that the whole time I'm like, there's no fucking way this is working. This can't be fucking happening. And then 19 minutes into the game, it did happen and it did work. And I'm so stressed out. I've got 2 half bases all over the map. There's pylons walking around and shit. I'm so confused. I realized I should have left 10 minutes ago. And then I have a quote-unquote standard game where it's he 4-gated, we both 4-gated, but then it failed, so we fell back on Colossus at the 26-minute mark with half our minerals mined out and shit. We're microing non-range Colossus versus Zealots, Stalker, and Sentries and shit. And they're all twinkle-toesing up cliffs and whatnot. PvP is painful right now, man. I hate it.
Yeah.
Does that count as a rant, Jeff?
No.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
don't
a
know.
rant.
I just like I wish there was like a build I could do where I'm safe most of the time. But right now I feel like, and again, don't take this complaint as like the game's broken or there's an imbalance in PvP or some shit like that. I just really feel like it is a huge coin toss. There is relatively safe builds, but even those relatively safe builds can just be blown out of the water by something. And that's really difficult to negotiate, I feel.
Sounds good to me.
I played Kiwikaki 2 days ago, and
He's so good.
DT Rush, Stalker, Blink Stalker, and had Colossus with range. Off of one base. I don't know how he did that.
Dude, Kiwikaki is so good. Like, every time I watch him, he's doing the exact craziest opposite of everything I've ever seen in my life. Like, I watched him today go Dark Templar Rush into Speed, Zealot with legs and Void Rays, and then expand. And just demolished his opponent. It was so cool. I would just like to throw out there that people in PvP are not using Zealot with leg speed enough, because those things are amazing.
Have you heard of Force Fields?
I've heard of them, but you just get enough Zealots with speed and just get them to good end.
Oh, they just run through it?
Yeah, there's the Zealot massive upgrade. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That'd be sick.
I still
Zealots
say
are now massive.
hey,
Have fun.
Immortals should be massive. Why not?
Seriously,
Immortals
like,
should be
Zealots are
massive.
so good. Like, it's unreal how great Zealots are. I'm also trying to do the same thing with the PvT, with trying to do some more fancy stuff with cannons, because weirdly enough, I felt like +1 attack and +1 armor seem to feel much stronger in PvP than in other matchups.
I got a question real quick.
Sup.
Someone in the thread asks, did you guys at State of the Game ever thought about inviting mid-high diamond players instead of the usual pro gamers on your podcast? I feel it would somewhat give a different perspective on the game. The audience, which is mostly non-pro gamers, could identify themselves to it. Just a thought.
I'm
Getting
down.
What do I think of that?
Yeah.
As a mid to high diamond player, I would say that is a terrible idea, because any idea or opinion you have is probably incorrect.
I agree with that. As you have seen, because I've stated multiple wrong things in the past.
There is a reason I just sit here and sip my wine during this.
You know, me and Kennegit chime in at the points where we are allowed to, where we feel that our...
I'm still thinking about Mastermind.
We chime in at the points where we're comfortable, but when it comes to questions like that, we leave to the Seans and the...
There's no comfort. It's just being smart. And I think a lot of people hit
It's more of a
diamond.
comfortable thing for me, but...
No, listen. Let's just be realistic. A lot of people hit diamond and think they're qualified to speak about these things, and they're not. If you have hit diamond, this is not a qualification to speak about anything. Stop. Love Kennegit.
You know, okay, so like I would like to say that I do.
I am not qualified to speak about it at all, which is why I'm not speaking about it.
Who has a TV show? Who's got a TV show? All right, man. Just don't let me say anything. All right?
Go ahead.
Who's got a TV show?
I got a TV show. I Raise You One TV show. So, like, I do think that it would be pretty cool to bring like a diamond player on, because like I don't know if anyone does this, but I love watching like people of any skill level play. Because they just do stuff you'd never even consider. Like, I regularly go to Team Liquid, go to the non-featured streams, and load it up, and just watch when I eat dinner. Because they just do a lot of creative... They just have wacky ideas that they're not willing to give up on yet.
That's why you're here, Sean.
Look, but...
No.
Who has the TV? Like, no. But, like,
they're bad.
No, but
They're
I
bad.
mean, like...
Thank you.
Hey.
No, because I think... Because there's sort of the eye roll thing, you know. Like, I remember when Idra was going, I hate anyone who doesn't do a speed circling opening, and a lot of people are like, oh, ain't that the truth? Lol, lol, lol. And I'm sure there's a ton of people who are just like, I open roaches. I don't get why that's a thing. So I definitely think that it's fun to like bring that sort of discussion point in there. But at the same time, I just want to emphasize to everyone out there, like. My friend Tristan calls this the 99th percentile mindset, which is that no matter where you are, you're pretty convinced that you're terrible. Like, if you are, like, Bisu, you probably want to be saying to yourself, man, I'm so fucking bad at Protoss. I got to practice to get better at this, you know? And, like, in particular, like in Brood War, I thought that A- and low probably meant... A- and lower probably meant that you didn't have, like, the best grasp of the game at all.
Tyler?
Purely because, like it's so much more motivating to, like, look at it from that point of view and go, all right, well, there's a ton of flaws, and I have to, like, work through those. And the same way with the Diamond. I think it's, like, such a trap to, like, get into Diamond and be like, I'm so awesome, excuse me, I'm going to make a post, you need to take me seriously, because blah, 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 blah.
Tyler, the rebuttal.
Tyler?
Which is exactly why they should be on stage again.
I'm smarter than anybody who is... Okay, I'm not... Well,
Yes.
I probably am smarter, too.
Yes,
but
go on.
Also
keep
better
going.
looking.
You're on a roll.
I am better looking.
I'm a superior
and I'm
human
married
being. Continue on.
to a beautiful wife. I went to Duke, which is a top 10 undergrad school in the United States of America, the best country in the world. And,
Thank you very much, Ronald Reagan.
It's a Division I athletic school, and I
This is all relevant. Yep.
I participated in one of those athletic sports, and I'm better at StarCraft than you. So any guest who comes on who is mid to high diamond, whatever the fuck that means, like you're not a pro gamer. That's all it means to me is you're bad, and whatever you say, I can say something better. So please don't come on the show.
NonY's actually just made me completely irrelevant on the show. There's like no reason for you to He just took it all.
All it took was a bottle of wine.
He just heroed the shit out of that. He's actually going to take every
away
single...
from Idra. Yeah.
In that battle, he just like graciously put himself in front of all the bullets and was like, "Here, Jeff, I'll take all."
So with that, I'm going to go to the bathroom, take a piss, because I've been drinking too much alcohol. So I will be right back.
What he forgot to mention is he's going to actually pee, but his wiener's going to get wet because it's so big that it's in the toilet when he's peeing.
Yeah. Superior
Three
genetics.
middle-aged men can comfortably live inside NonY's penis.
Yep.
Canadian friend.
Hello.
This question is for you.
Okay.
Although it says question for the gang, he just means for you. It is from Mr. Hollabog, because I'm not going to pronounce his actual handle.
Hollabog.
He wants to know, what does everyone think, what does the Canadian think of the role of gamertags/IDs in esports? Personally, I cringe at the thought of ever seeing an interview of an Action Jesus or some other ridiculous ID. Should the esports culture be trying to move away from this trend?
Why are our fans so serious? God.
Thank you.
Because they are all jokers.
Yeah, you gotta stop being so serious, and you gotta accept esports culture, because the reason it's called esports and not normal sports is because it's different. That wasn't a very thought-provoking point, but let me go on.
Consider the letters and spelling.
Yeah, listen, esports is one of those things where it's a whole bunch of nerds and we're trying to legitimize it, and that's how we get around. I don't call myself James on Team Liquid. I call myself Kennegit, and that's how people identify me. So you shouldn't try and make this something it's not. I think that's a problem a lot of organizations have, where they try and you know how much wine I've drank?
Oh!
Can I take over for him?
We had a total breakdown
Can I take
midway
over for him?
through that.
I was almost there.
I was on the verge of a thing.
It was so close, and I just let it.
I mean, wow. That was almost to the top.
Someone pick it up quick.
I can't pour
Here's
this
some
drink.
difference.
Jeff,
Here's some
take
difference
over
in
so I can pour
transport,
this drink
okay?
for a second.
Someone take over. Van down.
Tell me the real name of Fatality.
Jonathan Wendell.
Yes. Okay,
Oh,
so
shit.
you guys know it, but I would say a lot of people don't. This is not MLB. This is not NFL. We do not have millions upon millions of dollars invested behind teams and contracts. There's injuries and all that shit. Well, TLO does have double carpal syndrome, but he's the only one. And a lot of people will then fall to that argument with, but it could if we just took it more serious and changed our name to our serious names and never joked around and there's all this professionalism everywhere. But the problem I have with that is this is still a game. A lot of people play this, yes, for money. A lot of people play this because it's their profession. But I would say everyone got here and most people stay here because it's what they love to do. And if you take out like the love, if you take out the fun of this game, I think a lot of the spirit of this will be sapped from it, and that professional base will never get established. You'll just never have people that give a shit. Like, Tyler Wasiowski is such a fucking boring name, but NonY is so sick, so awesome.
But it's too bad he changed his name to Tyler.
I'm back,
Too bad
by
he
the
changed
way.
it to Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm always going to know him as NonY.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a hard time not calling him NonY.
Thanks for that save.
No problem, man. I'm going to add Anna to the call.
Okay.
Sweet.
We'll ask her some questions as well. Tyler, this next one is from you. From
See, if you want, I can sign out so there's always exactly one girl on the call.
No. But, hey, Sean.
from Mr. Parmentier, I guess. He says, and it's very dramatic, so I'll read it dramatically. You're just back from the kitchen with arms full of drink and food. As you shamble towards the computer, you spill the tiniest amount of drink on the carpet.
Can't hear you.
Do you suck it up, or do you just keep walking? Tyler,
JP, I think you got to call Anna.
I will call her.
What?
Is cleaning it an option at all?
Is what?
Could I clean it up?
No, you just keep walking, or you suck it up.
What does that mean, suck it up?
Like, get on the floor and suck the water out of the carpet.
Still holding my food? Like, I have, like, my loaf of bread, my cheese, and my...
It's a lot to ask.
I am not that poor. I will buy another bottle of alcohol, and I will hire a cleaning maid. And if I wasn't married, she would also do a little extra service for me. Because that's how baller I am.
Damn it, Tyler. You're so fucking awesome.
Next question.
We should delete all records of the podcast. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
Anna, welcome to the cast.
Hey, thanks.
Hi.
We've got a question from you from Kay. And I don't know how you're going to answer this, but he says, in the podcast on 1123, Pain User, can't recall correctly, started talking about clubbing, followed by Jeff ranting about clubbing being horrible. We never got to hear Jeff's full opinion on clubbing and why it's so bad. What are your stances on clubbing, Anna?
Well...
Wait, can I interrupt? You haven't been drinking yet, have you? Yeah, you haven't drank yet, have you?
I haven't drank enough to be on the show at all.
Okay.
Hey, you can hang out with me, man. I'm also playing around with text twist at the same time. I'm very good at anagrams. Watch this. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I
Barton, danger, ranged. Oh, bucketed. Fucking bucket.
Sean, just
You're
chill
sober.
out.
Go ahead.
I need a drink.
So, Anna, what are your thoughts on clubbing?
We're talking like going to clubs, right?
Yes.
Sure.
No, clubbing seals. What the fuck?
Because I'm really against the clubbing baby seals thing.
Well, you could talk about that if you want as well.
Honey, you can't look at me if you're going to be on the show.
I wasn't looking at you.
Really throwing me off.
Pretend you're in a different room.
This is what's happening right now. Jeff's sitting at his chair at his desk. I'm sitting on his bed facing my laptop with my earphones in because we're such a nerd couple that we can't actually hang out in real life.
Is this a similar scene? Was this like a recurring scene in your relationship?
Oh, yeah. There have been times where we used to sit at the same desk at two different computers and talk over Skype while playing StarCraft.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you just made 200 guys come.
So I just lifted my glass and drank it because I'm toasting.
Cheers
I'm
to you.
toasting Chef and Anna.
Everyone should cheers to that. But Anna, you still haven't told us your thoughts on clubbing.
Yeah,
too.
you got to actually answer the question, honey.
Okay, I actually really enjoy clubbing. I really enjoy dancing.
Seals.
But, no.
I enjoy dancing seals, baby.
I enjoy attending clubs for the purpose of dancing and frivolity. However, it's not so fun anymore. It used to be really fun. I feel like I'm kind of getting old, but I think every time I go out, I just kind of realize that I don't have any desire to be groped or hang out with very young people who are very intoxicated. I'd rather go dance with Jeff, and I can do that at home unless he's playing StarCraft, which is all the time, so never.
So I'm
Is
going
he
to
a good
further this
dancer?
question is, yes, is Jeff a good dancer?
Yeah, it's important.
Is what?
Is,
Are you
is
a good
Jeff
dancer?
A good dancer?
Yeah.
She can answer.
Yeah. Jeff's actually a really good dancer. You know, one of the things that he did when we first got together that kind of sealed the deal was he actually took 3 terms of ballroom dance with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my! Wow.
He's actually he's especially good at tango. It's very romantic.
Oh, Jeff.
I don't know how to follow that up. It's going to be
She's
off
ruining all my
what I
street
do.
cred in one night.
I'm
But,
so sorry,
Is that
Jeff.
on my profile under other interests? Yeah.
And you know what? He will deny this, but he said he liked it. It wasn't like he just did it to, get with me. He liked it.
Jeff, are you going to deny this?
no.
I like that we can hear Jeff in both InControls and Anna's Skype.
Yeah.
It's very good.
The sound of infinity.
Jeff, don't you have an extra headset
I do.
or a mic?
I have one in the same.
Again, for those who have just joined us, they're in the same room. Yeah.
Moving right along.
Talk IRL? OMG.
Mr. Price wants to know what is
Sounds
kind of a boring.
good.
What is each of your favorite unit in the game in terms of look/lore/flavor? This is going to Kennegit.
Why don't you give me the really deep,
Because you're Canadian. You're Canadian.
theory crafting questions?
Canadian.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Hello, this is transmitting.
How much energy units
What the
have?
fuck was that?
What just happened?
Someone radioed in from outer space.
Did we just get hacked?
Was it me? Sorry.
Jeff, or wait, can I get your Canadian answer the question?
What happened?
What was it?
Dude, I've already... Okay.
Was it which unit was the best? Which unit was the best?
How do you not remember that
Dark
question?
Templar.
It's like
Dark Templar.
Next
Dark Templar.
question.
Yeah, it's Dark Templar.
All right, Dark Templar.
Next
That's a
question.
fucking boring question. Screw that guy.
Thanks.
From
What's that?
Mr. Hershey, please ask everyone what they thought of Artosis and Tasteless when they first met them, since now we have John saying that he thought Artosis was arrogant and cocky, / mostly true, and that Tasteless seemed kind of dumb. Also, what they think of the GOM TV house, as I'm going to call it, as is EG still going to get their own house with their new info released. Just disregard that question. Tyler, answer the first question. What do you think of Artosis and Tasteless when he first met them?
Okay, Artosis, he loves StarCraft more than anyone else in the world. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry for anyone who thinks that they love StarCraft more than Artosis. You don't. And he's hilarious, and he's very loyal, and he's a perfect gentleman.
no.
Tasteless. Tasteless is he... Sean, why don't you answer this?
You can't defer to Sean. Sean can't actually say what tasteless is.
Dude, I love
Okay.
my brother. He's awesome.
Tasteless, he's amazing. Like he made me feel at home in Seoul. That's what I'll say about Tasteless. Like
I would describe him
when
as
I went to Seoul and
hospitable, yeah.
yeah, when I went to Seoul and I got to hang out with Tasteless, like I just felt so great about my life. Like I could just hang out with Tasteless forever.
All right.
Well,
From Paige Jackson, he actually sent questions to everyone on the cast. So, Jeff, are you higher than Teeler in the ladder yet?
yes.
Teeler.
Teeler, how do you fuck with a
He
newbie when you're not a
surpassed
pro? Do you
Oh
rush?
God, are you higher than the Teeler?
Did you get that question, Tyler?
Wait, what was it?
How do you fuck with a newbie when you're not a pro? Do you rush for arbiters?
Wait, in StarCraft
Can't make
2?
arbiters.
I don't know. That's all he asked.
You just like pause the game and unpause it real quick. I don't know. Just like,
I like this next
wait,
question, and we're going to throw
wait,
this at Jeff, actually.
I thought he was dead, but he's not. Hold on. Pause the game.
It's labeled towards everyone, but we're going to throw it at Jeff. Do you think the ADH2 is really Ascension 2?
What?
ADH2? Is this like the new...
Husky and... Or HD and Husky Invitational.
HD.
Well, first of all, I heard that's not happening. I heard the two of them had a contention. But there will never be another Ascension because actually the trick, the magic of Ascension is that it's actually still ascending to this day.
War.
It's actually ascended so far that we actually have no ability to view it. I have speculative beliefs that at the end of that ascension is Artosis' career in Korea, but neither that can be confirmed nor denied.
Very nice. And the last part was actually for Cockhorse. He wants to know, why are you so awesome?
No.
We can't answer that because we're not cock horse. So
Terrible.
do we just skip that? Or
Uh-huh.
Anna, do you want to answer why cock horse is so awesome?
Yeah, answer for cock horse.
Can I get stop eating in the mic?
No. Hang on, she's figuring out her mic situation.
Can I get what are you eating?
Nope.
You really want to know? Ice.
Kennegit.
It's fucking meat.
Oh, of course,
That's
it's
so
fucking
manly.
Canada.
I would
It's in
not be
Canada.
surprised.
This is all we have to eat. Sealed blubber
No
and ice.
way. Kennegit elects to eat ice. He's like, I'm thirsty. I'm going to eat on ice till I'm not thirsty anymore. That's so manly.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What do I think about cock horse?
Yes.
That's the question.
Yeah, I forgot it, but you got it right. Continue.
Well, it depends on which kind of cock he is actually a horse of. If
See?
we're talking a bantam.
My mind is blown.
You guys hear what I said earlier? You're hearing this now, right?
Wait, Anna, do
ahead,
you
Anna.
like horses?
I love horses.
Oh, shit.
She wasn't here earlier.
Do you
Go
know
on.
that they don't have souls? Have you looked into the eye?
Anna, when did you start
The
liking
eye of a horse, the black
I'm a total horse.
void.
I was one of those girls that like I didn't have an imaginary friend. I had an imaginary horse.
You guys hearing this? Yeah. Anna, when did you like horses?
Her
When
name was Whisper, and I just had to whistle, and she would come.
See? She whispered and he would come. When
I whistled for Whisper.
when did you start liking horses? I can't.
Dude.
She
Next
doesn't know about
question.
pod technology
Anna.
either, so this joke will be lost on her forever.
And if you value your soul, do not look into the eye of.
How badly am I?
If you
being
look into, if you.
How embarrassing.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
The void,
What she
the
said.
void there will suck you. Your soul. Your soul. It will be lost forever in the void of a horse. Your soul.
Where's that wine?
That's why.
Truer words have never been spoken on the
I
cast.
can't believe how perfect this was.
Someone needs to make a soundboard.
Ugh.
State of the game soundboard.
We'll make it for next year. Count on us.
Where's that wine? Where's that wine?
Who's even up right now on questions? Because I totally forgot.
It's like we're on six. We're on like six, I think.
All right.
Love you guys.
Oh God! Everyone, breathe for a second. Just breathe. Whew.
So glad
right.
this was my premiere day.
All right, Tyler. We're hitting the no return zone, Tyler.
I love the first selection. I love Grand
He's gonna burst.
I'm gonna detonate.
stable that they go in.
All right. Let's simmer down.
Calm down, Sean.
Oh my god.
All right, Tyler.
Yes. I'm here.
Tyler.
What?
I'm here.
From Mr. McDowell. Do you ever visualize while you play, such that you are a pretty butterfly on a flower?
You need to mute this idiot. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm losing your soul horse. It's just, God, that's
Okay,
so
you need
funny.
to calm down. You need to calm down.
Oh, I'm just gonna go away from my computer. Just-
All right, Tyler, did you get that question from
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
I got
He
that
drank like
question, man.
3/4 of a beer.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep sipping this wine
Go
until
ahead.
you guys.
Oh, don't
Good
sip it. Gulp it. Gulp that shit.
What a creep.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy.
Am I
Tyler,
Yeah.
answer the question from Mr. McDowell.
Jeff,
I didn't know that was
Wait.
this kind of show.
Do I
Not that again.
Jesus.
Am I a butterfly on a flower while I'm playing StarCraft?
Yeah, he wants to know what do
Is
you
that where
visualize
you're at?
yourself as from Mr.
No.
McDowell. He's British, so it's got to be kind of a weird question.
Oh, well, he just doesn't get what it's like to be American, man. Like when I want to get pumped up,
Mhm.
I just think about the American blood that's flowing
Fucking
through
red
my
nose, man.
veins. It's flowing through my
Wrong
veins,
side,
man. It's like
You
pulsating.
watch videos of eagles flying in slow motion?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, Kennegit, have you
watched a
dreamt of
video.
being American? How do you know about this?
An eagle soars to the sky. Hold
I
on.
have.
Canadian.
Oh, no, go
Shut
ahead.
the fuck up.
Listen, you're gonna have to suck my cock.
An eagle.
Like in Canada, let me tell you about Canada. In Canada, we get like 500 channels of TV, and about 498 of them are Americans. So
Guess what? That's every country on the planet.
no, you don't understand.
Canada's
Your shit
cold.
TV has been part of my life since I was 4 years old.
4th years old.
4 or 5 years
Where's-
old.
I thought you said 4th.
Canada's
you made that up.
cold
Okay.
that
Zed.
it,
Zed.
Okay,
Continue.
look. Canada is so cold, it's warped all your brains, but a mile, maybe 2 miles high in the sky, where American eagles are soaring, with snakes to attack and feast upon. It is so cold up in that altitude, but their brains and their blood stays true to the American values. That's what I wish.
I actually have terrible news to share with the internet right now.
There's actually
Tyler
two
has
of
a clause in his Team Liquid contract that should Team Reagan be conceived, he will leave Team Liquid.
It's true. I insisted upon it.
Yep.
There you go. Trade secrets. Sean, are you back yet from your giggling fest?
Yeah, that was so funny.
This is actually directed at you, and it's kind of ironic. From Mr. White, what did the text say?
I plead my Fifth Amendment rights.
Just read your latest text.
There wasn't a text, though.
Can you read your latest text, Sean?
Latest text. Well, you haven't responded to me yet.
Wait, did you actually send me a text?
I'm here. What?
The latest text that I've received is happy face, true dat, exclamation point.
There you go. There you go, Mr. White. So this goes all the way back up to Anna. From Tevinhead, there was a thread discussing whether early scouting in StarCraft 2 is really all that necessary. Sparked by Joe's playstyle, what is your opinion?
On whether early scouting is necessary?
Yes.
Well, in my case, I'm at the stage in StarCraft where scouting in general is necessary.
Oh, so High Diamond.
I would say early scouting is always necessary.
Tyler, you want to tag team this one with me, buddy?
No, she's all yours.
No, dude, the question.
Excuse me?
That was inappropriate.
It was so well played, though. Not even mad, I'm impressed.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Tyler, do you want to answer the question?
No, I don't.
Are you serious?
Wait. Early scouting? Look.
Did you post in that thread? Are you one of my lone soldiers to help me out with that thread?
Okay, look. There's so many ways for a Protoss to, like, screw over a Terran. Like, Zhao, he plays on Europe server where everybody's weird. Like, there's no creativity because there are no eagles soaring above the skies, giving them hope and change, as Obama has promised us all. Look, no, seriously, like, Protoss, they can screw you over so many ways. If Zhao wants to Marine scout me, I'm going to rape him with a proxy gate. End of story. GG. Or I'm going to Nexus first, and I'm just going to be like, LOL.
Let me answer this. Like, even in my loosey-goosey state that I am in, I'm going to give this one last chance to help save the internet. So Zhao is an excellent player. He has a lot of wins. He's very smart. He does a very good job. You got to do your mic.
Okay.
That's how you talk. And I think he would be a better player if he early game scouted. I think the little bit of information he may or may not receive, I don't care if it's a proxy gate, I don't care if it's a Nexus, first or some crazy shit. 2 gas, 1 gas, all that stuff. If he gets a little bit of information from it, or anything, like 1 time out of 100 games, I think that like the value of that situation outweighs the value of like the mining time of 1 SCV. And it's so ridiculous to read all these threads. And he himself posts there, he's like, listen, I put a lot of thought into this. I've really cranked it down. I only do 1 build that I think is the safest build against everything, and there's no reason to scout until I get a Hellion. And I'd have a tough time taking him serious, such a tough time that I want to physically cause him harm.
Yeah. I think it's just wrong. Now look, when I go 10 gate, I don't scout until after gas. Like, I don't scout after pylon, I don't scout after gate. I scout after gas, but that's because that's the way 10 gate works. But yeah. So I don't disagree with Zhao's like concept here. I just think he's wrong with the application. Like, Terran actually does need to scout that early against Protoss, at least. I don't know about Zerg, but against Protoss, they do need to scout earlier than Zhao is scouting. That's just, it's a fact. Like, it's not worth it. I understand the concept that he's trying to apply here, but it's just not, it's incorrect, factually incorrect.
I would also like to add very serious comments to this issue. I'm a very serious person. But like, because I always think that it's important that you know what you're scouting for, because a lot of people just send the scout worker out and they're like, all right, I see his things. And then they're like, all right, cool. Kind of like NonY was saying that like on a 10 gate you scout at this time because that's when this build needs you to scout at this time. And that's really all there is to it. And I mean, if Zhou has a style where he's literally saying, I refuse to do any deviations for 15 minutes, then at the 15-minute mark, that's appropriately so when he should scout. But even then, I would say that he's not considering enough deviations before then, but it's still not bad to not scout if you know exactly why you're not scouting. What really bothers me is when people create a thread saying, I want to do something that's clearly bad and have a justification for it. Like, in the early days of Brew War, people would create threads of, do you play with 1 hand or 2? And people would be like, it's totally okay to play with just 1 hand. No, you absolutely don't need hotkeys, man. Hotkey, just box the units again. Like, you really need to hit 1 to hit those Zerglings a half second faster. And then when APM chart came out, people were like, whoa, there's some of the best players in the world have 300 APM. And someone's like, I think you can get away with 40 actions per minute. It can't hurt to have 300 actions per minute, ever. It will never be bad.
Yep. Everything he just said is, like, completely right.
God, we could sell that advice on eBay. So
Can I just say that we have, like, 50 questions left?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we got... Like,
as much as you orators love to talk...
we got
Kennegit's got a website to manage, ladies and gentlemen, but right now it's down.
Yeah, so is your website up?
I think there's things to do. You know,
is your website up yet?
Clubbing to do, if you will.
It is up.
So
Canadians don't club.
I'm just going to go in 13 minutes.
Sounds good. Sounds
all
good.
Right.
Having consumed virtually nothing alcoholic, I am primed and ready to 2v2.
Wait, whose turn is it to answer questions?
Okay.
Anna.
Give it to Anna.
All right, Anna, unmute your mic. This is to you. Mr. Mitchell, did she unmute her mic yet?
We're trying to figure this out. Go ahead and ask the question. She can hear you.
All right. Mr. Mitchell wants to know, why has Idra not accepted his Facebook friend request? He's got a hard drive full of his replays and of his VODs. Ready to upload. Also, could you guys talk about your music you like? So, Anna, why is Idra not accepted this person's Facebook request, and what music do you like?
You know, Idra recently accepted my Facebook friend request after quite a while of knowing him. And I had it explained to me that Idra has to really respect you before he's going to accept any kind of request from you whatsoever, or even spend time talking to you. Mm-hmm. So, take that for what it is, but I think you have to actually spend some time with him and show that you have some passion for the game, which I don't know how you would possibly achieve. I just got lucky because I hang out with Jeff. As far as music that I like absolutely everything. Jeff listens to a ton of, would you call it speed metal, Jeff?
Just metal.
Well, metal.
August Burns Red.
Hell
Yeah.
Best band ever.
So in terms of metal, I love As I Lay Dying, Just the Hero. I'm a Avenged Sevenfold fan. But I also like all sorts of, country, pop, emo, all that kind of stuff. But Jeff and I just discovered Discovery, ironically enough, and both of us really like Discovery.
Is this why he asked me to play this song, Jeff?
It's so good.
It's pretty good.
We've both been listening to it all day and geeking out about it.
Dude, you gotta read the blogs of JWD on TeamLiquid.net, where he says he lists 10 things that you must know about, and every single one of his lists include like 2 or 3 musical interests.
Yeah,
and they're all like fucking great, man.
Yeah, it's weird though. It's all from the perspective of a homosexual, so I don't know if like should say about that.
My all-time favorite band though is Reliant K. If anyone's ever heard of them.
Yes.
I read all of JWD's blogs in the voice of the American Psycho guy, Christian Bale. Number 9. This video is of one of the best models of the European recent movement, of which it features tight clothes. Like I read the whole thing, and I'm like, this guy's a fucking lunatic. Just got done burying his uncle.
In what voice do you read your own blogs, honey?
Epic.
Ronald Reagan.
I want to hear it.
Ronald Reagan.
Both
Mr.
answers are correct.
Gorbachev. Yeah. I pretty much only blog about my penis or StarCraft 2 or coaching, though, so.
It's probably true.
Different voices.
It's been a while since you blogged about your penis.
I know. We should do that.
I'm actually excited that the podcast just got weird and it wasn't on my account, so. All right. Animate your mic again. Jeff, holy shit, this is a long question. But I feel it's for you because he's from Finland. He says, I'm an avid listener of your show from Finland, and first off, I'd like to thank you for bringing us this amazing podcast every week. I've listened to every cast at least 2 to 3 times. Okay. First off, I'd like to give you some feedback. Actually, it's already been mentioned, but I also think the show would be better off if you just completely disregarded all the trolls and whatnot. I think they even deserve your attention. And secondly, this is very subjective, but I find that mentioning this is going to be on the TL thread over and over thing, again, very irritating. As for the question, I've also seen a lot of different opinions on this, even from members of your own podcast, so I'd like to hear them discuss it. General consensus seems to be that longer games are better for superior players and have more entertainment value. Do you think we will see a shift in the future to longer macro-oriented games as the games become older, or as the game becomes older, or will we see the so-called cheesy builds still prevail without any major nerfs to them? Regards, Wylo. P.S. Kudos to iNcontroL from the epic poem reading. So if you can remember the question from that...
Do I think that the entire game will shift towards longer macro games, which will provide higher quality content?
Yeah. The Europeans are very long-spoken, or whatever.
Let me first say that I enjoyed reading that Finnish poem. I think the language both to be glorious, beautiful, and engaging. That said, I think the question's retarded. How the hell could I possibly predict that the entire game is going to shift towards goddamn macro games when Blizzard keeps shrinking the maps like a terrible, terrible laundry woman, and every single time we see an important tournament, the guy has found a new way to tug his SCVs off the mineral line while still winning the game. So at this point in time, I can't possibly foresee the game shifting to macro randomly. I would love it if it did. It would be fun. But you know what? I hope people keep playing to win, and whatever course that takes with this game, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm going to keep trying to play the most entertaining, successful style I possibly can, and that's what everyone else should do.
Valiant.
Question answered. Now, this next one is actually directed at Jeff, but then back to me, so
Interesting.
We'll see. All right, so this is pretty long, longer than the last one. Dear JP, first, forward this directly to Jeff N.Control Robinson. It's not his nick.
Shit.
There's not a dot in between it. Second, thank you. Jeff, I've discovered a way for you to argue against
Oh my god.
extended series.
Hang on, stop there.
No.
JP.
Well, I have to go play some twos.
Let me
I've actually gotten emailed and PM'd about that.
Yeah, I got some.
People
too.
were so upset with my inadequacy in that debate.
I'm just going to read it and we'll answer it if it's good. So, NonY and that dude from MLG, talking about Lee, claim that the extended series is just one match that gets ... extended, right? So, tell me, how is it that one series can count as 2 losses? If it's just an extended series, it should only count once. Thus, both matches need to be completely separate because they count for 2 different losses. You don't win or lose one long series, you won or lose 2 long series. Done. You don't have to thank me. Maybe a free lesson. I'm really bad. Now, if you please forward this message back to JP. Then, thank you. JP, here's my question. This is, of course, for Jeff. What do you think of bringing along a Warp Prism along with your main army for consistent reinforcement? I've only seen this done a few times on a few random streams, but I think it looked really interesting.
Jeff.
Hold on. Many toss need the robotics for an observer or for anyway. So having a Warp Prism accompanying your armory seems like a decent mineral dump. What are your thoughts? This is from Dave R. And I might give his email out because fuck him for bringing up extended theories.
Jeff, I beg you to completely ignore this question and perhaps insult this person.
Thank you.
You can. Feel free.
So mean. No.
You know what? At Sean's last request, Sean is the calming, peaceful voice of our cast. I will respectfully agree with Tyler's first request, and then grant the pleas of Day 9 and combine it. So ignore it and not going to hurt his feelings.
What? You're an excellent person.
Thank you.
That's mildly disappointing.
All right.
There's going to be other questions. You know I'm going to insult people.
This question from Mr. Kellens. Download this free ebook now that teaches you how to make real money online by playing Flash video games.
Of course.
Download link http://filesmy.com/2h2x4.
No,
How do you
this
respond to
important,
this?
JP. Are you picking out these shit questions?
How do you respond to this?
I wasn't even listening because I was so outraged that you chose such an awful question.
All right.
Here's a more important answer. There's a new trailer out for Fast and the Furious 5.
All right.
What? Hold on. Wait. What? Wait. There's a new... Is it in Tokyo?
No. Is Vin Diesel in it?
Brings back the original characters, so go
Vin
Google
Diesel's...
that right now.
They already did that, and it sucked.
Clearly, you don't know anything about movies.
All right, someone fucking send me this link right now, and I will watch it.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Someone link it in the stream. I'm playing LOL.
Next question from Ominous Cow. It's close to Cockworm. I want to know
that name.
Oh,
if
no.
you guys have any theories on why there seems to be such a large number of people who play both poker and StarCraft? Several players have successfully made the transition from both professional StarCraft to professional poker. Elkily immediately comes to mind. And high-stakes poker players are often avid StarCraft 2 players in their downtime. The Dang Brothers, etc. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe you do. You guys have also tangentially mentioned poker on StarCraft 2 before. Idric is considering playing poker full-time. And then
JP, you can't you got to censor some of these, man.
Why?
You have to shorten these questions.
That's not the full. Dude, that's not the full question.
Okay, for the record, I will never be playing StarCraft about to win and then 50 Ultra spawn on the screen and I lose and everyone says, that's StarCraft. This is the same answer I always give whenever someone brings up StarCraft and poker. When I sit down at StarCraft and I make a bunch of really good decisions, I get rewarded, assuming I have a bonus pool. If, you play poker, you make all the right decisions and a guy just, punches you in the fucking head.
That's StarCraft.
That's StarCraft.
Those two. If that's not made a soundbite tomorrow, then people don't actually appreciate Day 9. That was amazing.
All these
looks like a
StarCraft.
All the Colossi spawn, and you're like, variants.
All right, Tyler. Since you weren't able to ask that, it's time to ask you. Dude, this is almost 500 words. I'm just going to read the bolded part.
Yeah, do that.
He doesn't actually bold the W and Y, so it's high, especially in the North American community. Why cheesy style play is so frowned on, and suddenly discounts a player as being good. Competitive sport is all about risk taking, and in the sense, cost Benefit? Jesus, these words are too big.
Can't-
Analysis on the fly. This seems to be aptly appropriate, at least to StarCraft 2 as well.
I prefer what you almost said, which was risk tasting.
Hold on, I'm not.
That sounds like the most badass job on the planet.
Delicious
Hold on.
risk.
Typically, higher risk means a higher chance of reward, and cheese is riskiest but most rewarding style of play. That's all that's bolded. Tyler, your thoughts?
I will say this, is I have no bias against a play that expects to win the game between like 6 and 10 minutes, or even like 4 and 10 minutes. I don't know how hardcore you're rushing or whatever, but like there's nothing wrong with that. Like, people hate all-ins for some reason, but you have to all-in at some point for the most part. Like some races and some maps and some
Really
situations, like you never. I'm really loud.
Yeah,
You're fine.
Just keep going.
Like some situations you never want to attack. Like Rhett beat Hydra in StarCraft 1 by not doing a single thing. Like that's perfectly fine, but like for the most part, 90% of situations you all in at some point in the game, whether it's off like 2 base, 3 base, 4 base, or 5 base. Like you're like, okay, now I'm going to build the perfect composition. I'm going to start doing these specific things all at once, and that's going to win me the game. And I'm not worrying about the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'm going to win the game like now. And when that happens in the early game, like I have no bias against that. I think it's great. It's fine. If you do that off 1 base, that's fine. Like at this point, people are aware enough of the possibilities of each race, what they can do off of 1 base. And if they can't stop it, if they can't recognize it and stop it, then they deserve to lose. Like that's all. That's how I see it right now. Like if somebody wants to design a 1 base all-in play that they're going to use in a tournament, like for example GSL, when $80,000+ are on the line, that's pretty ballsy. And if they have confidence in their ability to outplay their opponent when options are so limited, because on 1 base your options are limited, relatively limited anyway, then like that's fucking baller. And when somebody wins with a 1 base play, I think it's impressive at this point. If an imbalance comes into this question, then that kind of sucks. Like I don't know if like Terran has an imbalance rush against Zerg right now, because that's not I'm out of my element there, so I'll just shut the fuck up. But like,
Donnie?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's no Protoss going on there. I don't know. There might be imbalance there. If there's imbalance, obviously that sucks. But if there's no imbalance going on and someone wins with an all-in 1 base play, I think is awesome. And that's the answer to that question. Next question. Oh.
Next question for Mr. 1, Day 9.
Yeah.
This is so long. From Erison. I'm just going to read the question part.
That's what she said.
I think that's been said like 4 times, so she's saying a lot, obviously. What would you guys recommend for a newer player who's having problems finding a game plan?
Watch a replay and just steal someone's without any analysis at all. Watch a couple of games and be like, that's cool, I like that, and then just like steal it. So, watch some tournament games, get some inspiration, feel fancy, and just try to break it down into some small set of just like phases, I guess. And then just follow it blindly, man. I mean, like some of the best learning I ever had where I was like, I have no idea what to do, but you know what? Jaedong wins a lot in this matchup, so I'm going to be like Jaedong. And it worked beautifully. I'm just like him.
There you go.
Bam. The flam!
Next question.
So wait, I'm gonna sign off. So if there's anything that you
Bye,
need,
Sean.
Jeff, Tyler, Anna, Kennegit, it was great.
Fuck
great.
JP though.
Big, I was gonna give you the final goodbye because you're the host. You're the one who brings us all together. You are the coagulant.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Thanks for coming on, sir.
All right.
Sean.
See you, Sean.
See you, buddy.
Yay!
We're answering all these questions, so I mean, we're going to be on for
How
Keep
many?
going.
How many do we have left?
50.
Weren't we at 50 like 10 minutes?
Kennegit, This is the crowning achievement of your StarCraft 2 life. Quit pretending like you got somewhere else to go.
I'm playing LOL. I'm playing
my
Mundo,
God.
and I bought a Doran Shield and a Mana Potion. For those of you who don't know, Mundo.
Wait, you're playing who?
Mundo.
Mundo?
Bye, Day 9.
See, Sean, thanks for coming on.
I just got a talking to about how those kind of games are ruining the gaming industry from one InControL.
Nice.
No, she's... that was Farmville, honey.
Anyways, Anna, I've got a question from one Rubdub. And he says, you have been a fan of live streams. You know that players like listening to music while they play, but this can affect...
shit.
But can this affect their gameplay? Can listening to music while playing at home and not listening to music at... Is that Ian's or Lands? At Lands have a major effect.
Probably
on
not
gameplay.
Ian's, JP.
That's probably not Ian's. But
Ian's.
God.
dude, I've actually finished off this blueberry shit, so just go along.
So you're thinking of a guy named Ian?
I guess. Dude, when I read Ian or whatever Lands, it's
JP,
Anna,
you can call
Anna.
me Ann.
answer the question quick.
Okay, so do I think that music affects gameplay, especially if you do it, listen to it during a LAN and not when you practice?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And actually, yes, I very strongly do think that it affects your gameplay. And I always suggest to Jeff that he doesn't do that because he plays usually with sound at home, but then he'll play with music at a LAN. And I think music really affects your mood no matter what kind of music you're listening to, whether it makes you more calm or more angry or more aggressive or less. And if you practice really hard in one state of mind that's not affected by those things, then I don't think you should do anything to alter it. When I've seen over and over and over the tiniest little mental thing either ruin or make the tournament for a player. So I think you should be really careful about how you change your mood during a tournament.
Jeff, can you get her a drink? She just answered it better than all of us.
She's way too sober.
Yeah, she's.
I'm trying, but that wine sucks really bad.
Take that back.
From a box.
Like, I take a sip, and every time I'm like, oh, no more.
My God.
Jeff, the one, the only, Cockhorse has a question.
Oh, baby.
With StarCraft changing the definition of a professional sports entirely, how should we define sports? Games of skill? Will there be two divisions, mental and physical sports? Will esports be forever a subdivision of real sports?
See, this is like...
Dude, Cockhorse is on top of things.
I have nothing but respect for Cockhorse.
You can't fuck around with his questions.
Is once again getting too serious for my own taste. Like, is esports ever going to be considered on the same level as the NFL? If you even ask that question, then I want to contact the local government and have you banned from raising children. Because you are too stupid
Wait, what
to
if
be
there's
trusted with another life.
What do you call baby horses? Is there a name for that?
Dumb.
Colts, foals, or fillies, depending on the gender.
Look at that.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Someone said
Well,
veals.
but you know everything.
People need to loosen up on the, like, esports is a real sport, or it needs to be considered, or the definition of sports. Like, let's just take what we can get, you know? Like, if we can get a television channel, if we can get some national coverage for a tournament, then I'm happy. Like, why do we need to go right to the top and be like, why isn't my daddy taking me to StarCraft practice? Shut the fuck up. That's it. That's my rant.
That's a drink, by the way, if you're still playing.
Yeah, there's a drinking game. Next question, or did JP die? Hello?
JP died.
He dead? Someone going to take over?
Look at this poor guy.
I will read the next question for JP because he messaged it in Skype, and apparently nobody noticed it.
Oh, okay.
In my... Oh, let's see. I don't know who it goes to. Does anyone know?
Kennedy.
I got it.
Kennegit, yeah, Kennegit.
Okay. It says, in many VODs and streams, I see Protoss players setting their warp gates to a unit control group. Is there a good reason for this? In my Protoss play, I use the W key to select my warp gates.
Well, let me tell you about Protoss. I don't know anything, so I defer to NonY and InControl.
I will tell you. I will answer this question for you.
Hold on, Tyler. How much have you had to drink?
About a bottle and a third of wine.
All right, continue on with the answer.
There's letters and there are numbers. I'm like,
Go.
you can hotkey any number you want to your warp gates, but the only letter you can use is W.
Okay.
Next question.
Fantastic.
This
Can't
next
argue with
question is pointed at Tyler from Mr. Jang. I would like to know how much of the Mary Jane Tyler smokes before each cast. Thank you.
Hey, this chillness, it's all natural, baby. I don't smoke, man. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't smoke, so...
He actually just mentioned chillness, so you guys better be drinking up.
A drink, yeah.
Yeah.
People are dying of alcohol poisoning. Including me right now across the world.
From Ian, I'm coming for you. Literally.
Oh, God. From Mr. Sue, dear State of the Game, I'm trying to create your own unique style of play. I'm a Zerg player. You can't really have unique play. What are your most important things to study in your replays is you don't have pro replays to follow as a guideline. Thank you for the candid and insightful discussions every week. What, of Zerg players?
Insightful?
Yeah, if you take that one.
Zerg players are pretty boring. They all do the same thing. So just follow Idra or I can't think of any other Zerg players off the top of my head right now. So what did you just post? Oh. Anyways, that's going to be... You can't post that and expect me to read it on air, Tyler. Come on, man.
What?
Exactly.
I thought he posted it for Anna.
Did he?
He asked what the drink.
Dude, you
already announced that.
I've had way too much to drink, dude.
How could that not be announced? They have to. Okay, listeners, this is what just happened. Anna asked, "What are the rules of the drinking game?" And I copy and pasted the rules of the drinking game. For some reason, JP, yeah, no problem. And JP,
because I'm drinking actual hard liquor, and you guys are drinking wine.
JP, where do you live?
I'm not in Canada, man. You can't come visit me.
Yeah. What state?
Texas.
Texas. Oh, okay.
I thought you knew this.
No, I don't pay attention to that.
To Texas?
I think Texas has a bigger population than Canada.
I think so, Tyler.
40 million or something?
No, me and Tyler are actually about 20 minutes apart.
It's not that it's bigger, it's just more meaningful.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
From one down in Creep. Idra recently had an interview with Artosis where he said that StarCraft 2 early all-in builds were going to stay powerful in comparison to Brood War, paraphrasing. I'm curious to know what the cast thinks of that assessment and what they think it may mean for the longevity of StarCraft 2. If the cast agrees with Idra, could they go into more detail about why there won't be a formula developed for stopping them? Do they feel that the game is trending more toward the style of play at high levels? And do they think its response to such strong Zerg mid/late game showings in GSL 1 and 2? Jep, this is all yours.
I want to steal this, actually.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything that's mine is yours.
Okay. Including Anna? Okay.
I wish I could translate looks into Skype.
He's handsome, honey.
Yeah.
No, not that. I mean...
It's too late.
Okay, look.
I think Sean...
The strength... Okay, every single all-in play in StarCraft 2 can be stopped, I think, if you do the right build. It's a matter of how much economy you sacrifice in order to be safe against all this bullshit. And so what you really have to balance is the strength of the all-in play versus the strength of macro play. Because the reason why you don't sacrifice your economy for safety against all this all-in bullshit is so that in case your opponent is actually going macro play when you can't scout them to confirm one way or the other, you don't want to like automatically lose the game just because you were countering against all-ins and he was fast expanding, something like that. So anytime you say like StarCraft 2 all-ins are too strong, you're also saying that macro play is equally strong, and the problem is the tension between the two. So, like Protoss, for example, you can scout after Pylon every game if you want to, but it's actually hurts your economy quite a bit. So you only want to do it on maps where you have maps and matchups where you absolutely have to, and that's kind of just like a small example of all the little decisions you have to make when you're formulating your build and deciding what you're going to do. If you want to stop bullshit, all in, or if you want to play for the macro game. So I don't know. I think Idra's view is a little short-sighted there. So I don't know. It might be different between Zerg and Protoss, though. I definitely feel like Zerg is suffering a little bit more against all-ins than Protoss is at this point.
To give some air to Idra's perspective, and for our Zerg listeners, like, as an early game caution, what a Zerg has to worry about with Terrans and Protoss respectively is he massing up units like off of 2 barracks, and is he going to kill me? Because if so, I have to sacrifice my economy to survive that significantly. They don't have like ramp defense like a lot of Protoss do. They don't have a wall like Terran does. They are kind of out there. So literally, their defense is intrinsically connected to their economy as well. And then against Protoss, they kind of have to read, is this a 3-gate expand or is this a 4-gate? And both those things are so severely different in your reaction that oftentimes catches the Zerg who hasn't like properly scouted or doesn't have information or has been tricked. And I think that's why all-ins are significantly more dangerous for a Zerg player than some of the others.
It's true. I think what Zerg needs is like a reliable way to scout at a certain time so they can confirm one way or the other. Because it can't be too early, though, and it can't be too late. But sometimes StarCraft 2, the information is so limited. I mean, just for the newbies out there, as Tasteless would say, StarCraft 2 is like an information-limited game as opposed to like chess, where there's no secret info. Everything is laid out there. And so StarCraft 2 is like poker in that way, where everybody has secret info, and then there's scouting that can give you more info. And the timing of that scouting is basically what determines which race is stronger at a certain point. So like if one race can have complete scouting at a certain point, then they're probably stronger at that point in the game. And then like a couple minutes later, maybe the other race has better scouting. And Zerg definitely has a problem right now where even if they like sacrifice an overlord, which really, really hurts them, it might not give them the scouting they need to determine what the Protoss is doing. And they might need a way to scout at, I don't know what time in the game it is, but an appropriate time so that they can determine the difference between 4-gate and 3-gate expand, because it really hurts. And against Terran, I think it's even worse. I don't even know why I'm talking about ZVP, because Terran's a real bitch right now against Zerg.
Did JP die again?
JP died.
JP died, for sure.
Do we have the next question?
Next question.
From moderating our goddamn show, too.
From Mr. Marshall. He has a fucking preamble to his question. Like, what?
Skip it. Skip it.
He has the actual question labeled, so I'm just going to read that.
Okay.
Why can't we have good maps in tournaments?
No.
And he wants to have this directed at Jeff. So, Jeff.
No, fuck Jeff. I know the real answer to this because I talked to Blizzard about it. When I went to BlizzCon, me and Nazgul, we sat down with Matt Cooper for like 45 minutes over lunch.
All right.
Over lunch?
Over lunch.
Yes,
what did you have for lunch that day?
I think we had chicken
you're Canadian,
and
no one
salad
cares.
stuff. It was catered. It was quite nice. Anyway, one of the things we asked was about what they were going to do about map pools and custom maps, because of the fact that Blizzard's maps typically suck.
Do you have to sign an NDA for this?
Not for this part, no.
Okay.
It's nothing important we ever sign an NDA for. They just make a big deal about it. It's nothing important. Literally, we walk around Blizzard and you see the WoW logo and you see some people and that's it. You don't see anything. No, anyway, so he said basically that's not their real focus and they just think we'll figure it out. And one of the big problems is that you can't get your cool map played because it's not going to be on ladder and then people aren't going to practice it. And then it's not going to get in tournaments. Like we've already said on Team Liquid events, for the most part, we don't have any interest in putting unproven community maps in, right? Because it forces players to try and find games with each other, and it's a real pain in the ass. And as far as we could tell from our conversation with Blizzard, was that it wasn't a huge focus for them either. So that's it.
Jeff, he sighed.
He's like almost as boring as MLG Lee. I'm just kidding. I love that guy. I love both you guys.
No, you're atrocious. You know, I drank a bottle and a half of wine.
Well, why aren't you slurring your words or saying something funny then?
What?
You're getting really serious.
I'm like the drunkest of everyone.
I just get really annoying.
And I have the most on the line.
All right, next question. We got to start buzzing here.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. This guy's last name is... Jesus.
Is it Smith?
Selvarajan.
Yeah, that's it. Smith.
Where's the actual question in this shit? Oh, he says that he thinks Team Liquid needs a complete reboot. Just shut down and restart with everyone. They almost did that earlier. On equal post and much stricter rules. Separate pro-only strat forum where doubts can only be PM'd and only pro decides what questions he decides to choose from the PM. He goes on to talk about different stuff that Team Liquid should do. I guess since we have Kennegit here, what do you think about the pro-only forum?
We're going to do something about that. We're actually working on it right now. I don't know if I'm not supposed to leak this or not, but I'm going to leak it anyway. We're going to do something where good people, when I say good people, I mean like pro gamer level and people who are like really good in the StarCraft 2 forum. We're going to do something where, you know how admins have blue names? We're going to do something where those people have something to identify themselves. So when you're scrolling through a 40-page thread and you don't want to read people's posts who are idiots, you will be able to immediately identify who is good.
Let me interpret that for everyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
translate.
That's actually Team Liquid doing the best they can to try to make everyone happy. So on the one hand, you got to give it off to Team Liquid. Like, that's an awesome effort. It's a beautiful first effort. It's going to fail miserably. It's actually a terrible idea, but I love the thought behind it.
Because the other idea is that we have a pro-only forum where people like QXE and Cathon Luck who don't post get access to this forum, and there's like one thread a week. So what we do is we give access to the people who are going to post, like iNcontroL and Idra, and then the people who want to read it can immediately see it. And
yeah, but it's not the problem of people not seeing Idra's posts or his name.
Yes, it is a problem.
They're going to attract like flies. They're going to make their name by disagreeing with him and being a jackass.
But the thing is that no one else is going to have to read those posts because the replies won't be highlighted. There can be 50 pages of replies and you don't have to read it. If all I want to read is iNcontrol's posts because I love them, I can just follow you around all day long. Follow your posts.
You're looking from the observer perspective. I'm talking about from my perspective, where like
yeah, but the thing is that 90% of Team Liquid's traffic is observers. Like, you know, we do like 200,000 or 300,000 hits a day, and those aren't all posters.
Hang on, I love your zeal. I think you've got a lot of good things to say. Just let me say a few.
The reason I have zeal is because I do this all day long, and it's like my fucking job. And you're talking like you know Team Liquid back end, and you don't. So I know you know a lot about StarCraft, but I know a lot about Team Liquid, and
okay. Do you know anything about posting as a top pro gamer that gets snapped?
No, but I know
people?
Something about some.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to fucking talk about. So shut your trap, bitch.
As somebody who wants to read some really good posts and get rid of the fucking shit, I know how to deal with these situations.
Yes, thank you for telling us about adminning Team Liquid, of which 9 people know your perspective. Now let me talk about as a pro gamer.
Perspective of hundreds and hundreds of people. This is a project that's taken months and months to develop because we wanted to get it right. We're not listening to one off-the-cuff opinion from iNcontroL. All right, this is a plan we've had for months and months. How do we deal with the huge influx of posters and observers on Team Liquid and separate the cream from the shit?
I'm sorry, was that a question? You mean
nope.
You want me to reply or something?
No, you can continue if you like.
I've been trying to, buddy. So, basically what I've been trying to say, and you've been kind of blabbering all over the top of it like a fat goat.
No. You can use big words. Continue
That's not
with your
a big
point.
Word.
No, it's a big word.
Anyways, so NonY posts in response to Shout, I don't scout. And he's like, hey, that's actually a really bad idea. He would only be better if he scouted. Mm-hmm. It's got this purple highlight and glitter around the side of it, and everyone's like, oh, look at the post. But then the people that respond to it are like, LOL, I recently switched to not scouting, and my points jumped up 300 points. Now I'm better. Fuck you, NonY. And then NonY responds to that guy like, hey, how is
Why
that
would NonY waste his time responding to that guy?
Because everyone does. Are you kidding me?
No. I know you reply to idiots. NonY, do you waste your time replying to idiots on Team Liquid?
No.
No. iNcontroL, do you? Absolutely. So let's not put your idea of how you would reply to idiots on Team Liquid on NonY.
You know who's
can you translate?
Idiots is Chill, right? He's a guy I just got to talking about this with him. Idra. These are this isn't some issue I made up. I'm not trying to win an argument with you. I'm actually trying to give perspective, okay? And you keep arguing with me as if there's an argument to be had, but I'm actually giving you perspective right now.
Sure, give me your perspective.
I did. God damn it!
I don't agree with it. You think it's a really bad idea, and you haven't really articulated why. I don't know why it's a bad idea.
You're kidding me, right? Like I'm talking about.
You think pro gamers are going to sit there and waste their time replying to kids? Idra learned that's a bad idea months ago, and that's why people don't. That's why pro gamers aren't replying on the forum, and that's the problem we're trying to resolve.
Okay, so let's do this. I bet you $100 after this is implemented, you won't see an increase in pro gamers posting.
No, but I will bet you that the pro gamers who do reply, it will be much easier for people to see the replies.
It's not a question of seeing the replies. It's the conversation.
Yes, it is. Because in a 50-page thread, I don't want to go and search through every fucking post to see who's good and who's an idiot.
For the sake of the show, you win the argument that the glitter will show them their posts more. Because that's what we were talking about.
Tyler.
Next question.
Next question. From, now we'll read this email verbatim, kpgia@sltnet.lk. Your email ID is 1 million euros, GBP in the end of the year British Tobacco promo, send your, comma. How do you answer that?
Hey man, you sound like you're really crazy, and you should just chill out.
That's a drink for everyone. For Jeff, from 2X Machine. Where's the actual question? What Protoss-specific benefits are there in micro/RS heavy playstyle that players should keep in mind?
Micro heavy? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Army control. Look at Tester. The guy has some of the most beautiful army control I've ever seen. I mean, just managing to keep your Colossus out of harm's way, Zealots in front, Stalkers in back, and force fields constantly going up at the most economical places. I mean, that's enough micro to make anyone happy for a while at least. And then Phoenix micro, dude. So good.
I'm not asking this next question because it's too long. From Dexter Morgan, this goes to Kennegit. Where's the actual question? All right. The actual question is, do you think we're there yet? Kennegit?
No. Next question.
Next question. From Mr. Juliet. Julius. Does Tyler feel that, he spelled feel wrong, that probes in StarCraft 2 are more or less wonderful than in StarCraft Brood War, and can we get an updated probe impression from him?
Oh god, they're nowhere near as good as they were in Brood War. Are you kidding? Like, my probe killed Hydra for $10,000 in StarCraft 1. Let that just sink in. One probe won me $10,000 against Hydra, one of the best StarCraft players in the world. That's the StarCraft 1 probe. You'll never see that in StarCraft 2. Never. Never. And I'm so sad about that I can't do a StarCraft probe impression. I'm so sorry. I'm so sad right now.
You are pretty sad, dude.
Yeah. There's some wetness in my eyes.
Here we go with the wetness again.
Go with the wetness again.
Wet.
Oh, I could have a great transition here, but I'm just going to ask Anna. Where's the actual question in this? And I think that StarCraft 2 maps are just too suited for all-ins and short, gimmicky rushes. What do you guys think? Would having larger/better maps make for more fun spectating of the esport and fix hard-to-handle rushes like the Marine SCV rush and bunker/pylon blocking?
I think it was NonY who was saying it earlier, but I agree. It's all about what you can handle, what you can predict in the situation that you're presented with. So if the map's small and you've got an all-in to handle and you don't, then the other person deserves to win. I think that people spend too much time whining about the circumstances when you just got to get in and be the best player and just do it.
I'm reading through these questions, and you guys are terrible. From
you know what else is terrible? There's no wine left.
Jeff. There is. There's a whole box in the kitchen. You just have to go get it.
Are you sending me to the kitchen?
Go to your hometown and get the fucking wine, Anna.
My hometown?
Sure.
What?
What's that even a joke of?
I don't even know. Jeff, how would you say that name?
What?
How would you say that name?
What name? Oh, did you post it?
Aomori.
Jeff.
Aomori.
Aomori.
All right. From one Mrs. or Mr. Aomori. My question was fungal growth versus Z not hitting mutas. I heard you guys saying that muta play will be more viable, but how can that be true? Because if you go Roche plus Hydra, it beats muta plus Ling. I mean, if you all in, right, you're definitely...
Just stop.
Okay,
next
I'm
question.
stopping.
That's
next
just
question.
actually terrible.
Stop.
Can we go next question?
All right. From
Wait. Jeff.
What's up?
Male dominance, 100%. I agree. Male dominance. But there's one thing in which males serve females, and that is getting them drinks. And if the wine is in the kitchen and Anna wants some wine, then you have to go to the kitchen and get her some wine.
But what about in the situation where men are talking?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh.
The men are talking in turns, so
which
you
nerd
can
is more
answer a
alpha?
question, and then you can go get some wine.
Well spoken, sir. Well spoken.
I don't think he understands the rules of men talking, though. That's yeah. Okay. I'll think about it. We'll
think about that for a second, Jeff. Next question from one Yong Raw. What's the best way for a player to break into the pro scene to go about doing it? Any tips or suggestions? Jeff, it's your turn.
For what?
Did she just miss? How does one break into the pro scene?
It's really easy for the people that it's going to happen for. Like, there's weekly tournaments with big cash prizes. The Team Liquid TeamSpeak tournament comes to mind. The Tour, there's all kinds of tournaments all across the board. You need to join every single one of them. Do the best job you possibly can, and if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. Like, there's a lot of these up-and-coming players who really get noticed because they have a high ladder score and they kind of appear in tournaments. You know, like Minigun. There's a guy who hasn't won anything, but he's got a really good ladder ranking. He streams. That's another big thing you can do. And he's showed up in a couple tournaments, and all of a sudden he's the talk of the town. So, I mean, definitely something anyone should get on board. Like, if you're really serious about this game, then you're playing like 5 to 10 hours a day. You need to be streaming. You need to join every tournament. And you need to do the best darn job you can.
I tried to quit my job and go pro in StarCraft. It didn't work.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
Thank you for your sympathy, NonY.
Yep.
What? No thank you from me? What the fuck?
And thank you. I didn't hear you. NonY was blinking.
Yeah. GP.
You could hear the blinking? What? I'm so confused right now, but it might be because I'm kind of drunk. From Didi the Shmee. Dear brilliant gamers who have contributed so much to the esports scene, how did the events go? Directed at Jeff, Rumble, and the Bronze. How did that event go, Jeff?
It was pretty awesome. We raised over $3,000, and I got to make fun of bronze players.
And then for Day 9 and Tyler, you already answered how DreamHack went, didn't you?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, let's just skip that question.
Skip that.
Page 2, we've got about 30 questions left.
Holy shit.
God. From
Are we really going to do 30? 30 more?
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
Because it's like 2 a.m. Eastern.
So we've only done 2 hours and 20 minutes of the show, man.
Oh my god. Okay.
Let's keep going. In 2003, Valve came out with HLTV, which allowed people to observe games through the game as an observer without connecting to the actual game server. When the Source engine came out, the new technology got a new name, Source TV. Why doesn't Blizzard do something similar? Kennegit, this is at you because you spoke last.
Why doesn't Blizzard do something similar to like the Source TV?
Mm-hmm.
They probably want to, and they've alluded to the fact that they want to, but there's like 500 things on their list. And one of the surprising things is their team is actually quite small. Everyone thinks it's Blizzard, and like 1,000 people programming, but it's really not. It's a small team, so probably in like 2 years. I would say 2 years we will have Source TV. That's a random guess, and I have nothing to back it up with, but 2 years. You heard it here.
I would almost bet to say it would be sooner than that.
Really? Well,
yeah.
I would say it would be sooner than that, and then I would apply the Blizzard delay and how long it takes them to do stuff. And it would be 2 years.
This is probably true. All right, from one Mr. Piercy, where do you all see yourselves this time, and what do you hope to be doing this time next year? We'll shoot this to Tyler.
Dude, I'm doing all right. Where I'm at right now, I'd like to be in a year. Just pro gaming it up. Yeah, I mean, I want to win some more money this year in 2011 than I did in 2010. But other than that, dude, I'm just chilling, man. My life is great.
That's a sip. So we'll do one more question from emails, and then we'll take some questions from the chat. Because a lot of these questions are feeding into older emails that apply to older shows. But one last question from Mr. Powers, at least from the email questions. What do you think? We've already answered how we think about fungal growth not being able to hit air units. God damn it.
That was epic.
That was pretty good. All right, this question looks pretty good. Jeff, we're going to throw this at you. Subject, do you ever leave the game prematurely, quote, premature ejaculation, quote, whenever I watch the Kraken, I swear you must go back, watch the replay, and go, oh shit, I could have won that.
No, never. I'm not quite a hero Protoss as some of the valiant warriors like Response, who won't leave until literally every building is destroyed. But I never leave until it's pretty damn certain that I will lose, unless they disconnect or something.
So more questions from the chat. We'll do like 2 or 3 more because it's getting ridiculously late and I'm getting ridiculously drunk.
Ridiculously?
Yep. Dear state of the game, I tend to rush to Ultralisk, but holy shit, the chat is scrolling. But then air units keep owning me. When this happens, I'm sad in 6 pool. My question is, why aren't mules nerfed yet? PS extended series. Tyler, this is at you.
Wait, why me?
I don't know. You haven't talked
about it. It's your turn.
No. I just answered a question.
Jeff, do you feel comfortable talking about Ultralisk?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Just talk about them?
Well, he said, when I'm sad this happens and I 6 pool, my question is, why aren't mules nerfed yet? So nothing to do with Ultralisk.
What the hell? I'm so confused. Like, my mind's literally trying to work that over. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I haven't had enough wine yet. He wants to know, why aren't mules nerfed yet?
I think people need to get off this nerf mindset, man. Mules are ridiculously strong and stuff, but if they never nerf them, you're going to waste your time and breath, like, whining and complaining about them. It would be nice if they added a cooldown, I guess. But I'm not going to wait on bated breath if they did that. Or don't do it.
Yeah. Cooldown would be nice, but, dudes, the game's been released for a while now. Like, the drama isn't about what Blizzard is going to nerf or buff anymore. It's about esports now, which is everybody who's from Brood War, who's from StarCraft 1, the drama has always been about esports. It's never been about nerfing and buffing, because balance patches for StarCraft 1 ended a long, long time ago, and we just accepted the game for what it was. And, like, yes, balance patches are going to keep coming for StarCraft 2, but, like, I think the game is pretty damn good right now, and, like, 90% of our focus should just be on competitive StarCraft, and, like, 10% can be on balance. And right now it's, like, flip-flopped. Like, everybody cares about balance and what's going to be nerfed or buffed. And it's kind of ridiculous. Like, if you're really into StarCraft 2 to the point where you post on forums and read forums and shit in addition to playing it all the time, you should care more about, like, just being good at the game and not, like, expecting shit from Blizzard.
Yep.
GG.
It's a weird, like, state of mind that has captured us in StarCraft 2, because people were a part of the process for, like, Blizzard was literally making changes to the game and saying, you know, tell us what you think about this. So people kind of, like, attached themselves to that mentality, and I fear that it's going to carry on for a couple of years, for God's sakes. And Day9 ranted at us earlier about it, and I can see his point. Like, it's awesome that they want our perspective, but the con to that is that there's so many people who feel, like, indignant if they're not getting their perspective heard, so they bitch and moan and blame it. Like, if you lose a game these days, you never hear someone say, like, oh, I did that poorly. It's more like, this game's broken, it's stupid, and it's imbalanced. Like, I'm so tired of that.
Yeah.
Like Orb.
It's embarrassing. He was a StarCraft 1 player, too. Like, I don't know, I kind of feel like all the StarCraft 1 players, they should be immune to that, because, like I said, for so many years, like, balance and changes from Blizzards were just not a part of the picture at all. Like, period. Just not at all. And now that it is a part of the picture, I feel like all the StarCraft 1 players kind of, with their wisdom, they aren't emphasizing it as much as everyone else, and everyone else is just, that's all that they're about, is balance, and, like, what's Blizzard going to do? Like, 2 Zergs, 1 GSL, and now a Zerg isn't even in the top 4. Like, oh, what's Blizzard going to do? What's going to be nerfed? What's going to be balanced? And, like, all that kind of shit. And I don't know. That's never been the drama from the StarCraft 1 players before. It's been about the players. Like, you're a fan of a player, you're a fan of the team, you're a fan of certain kind of play styles and strategies and all that kind of stuff. Like, you're about the game itself, and you're not about the metagame of balancing it. And I'd rather have all these new wave StarCraft fans who've come in with StarCraft 2 and weren't really a part of StarCraft 1 be more about the game itself and not about Blizzard. Like, forget Blizzard exists and forget that the game is going to change through balance patches. Just be about the game itself. It's so much more fun and cool.
Back in the Brood War days, iNcontroL had a famous phrase known as "just let it go," and the initial was JLIG, and it's never been more what's that word?
Appropriate.
Appropriate, and now
Just J-leg
J-leg
that shit.
We need to bring that back. J-leg.
Bringing it back.
I missed that.
Tyler, you have a question from Mischief. He says that he has 5 beers left. Do you think he should chill, or should he just chill?
Stop there. Okay, good.
Well, hold on. If you can chill.
Go on.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
So just
There's nothing
notes.
else.
The end.
Yeah.
If you can't chill.
Next question from Axel. We'll throw this at iNcontroL, that it was meant for iNcontroL and NonY. He says, obviously you can't be a pro gamer for the rest of your life. What do you plan to do when you are done with pro gaming, Jeff?
Well, I can actually answer both Tyler and
Echo.
We are going to do the Dissension League, and it will be airing on ESPN 1 and 2. And in this league, we will actually take the top of the worst players, so Combat X. Nothing else really comes to mind. There's a lot of bad players, though. And we will actually be commentating at their expense, and it will be the show of a lifetime.
Yep. Yes, it will be.
But until then, NonY and I'll let NonY answer for himself, but I make a happy living coaching and playing and traveling the world and sustaining myself that way. And it's a growing game. I'm really excited about it. There's big leagues and opportunities coming up everywhere. So if you're pretty serious about this game, there's a lot of place for you to sustain yourself.
Tyler,
Some guy wants to hear what iNcontroL thinks about Team Liquid State without Kennegit in. Please, let me.
Team Liquid State without Kennegit?
Without Kennegit butting in.
What does he mean by state? Like the website or something?
What is the state of Team Liquid?
Team Liquid is the #1 community website for StarCraft 2 on the entire planet. It is absolutely imperative. Like, anytime a student asks me or anytime someone comes to me and says, hey, what can I do to get better at this game? You know, I'm a poor college student. I can't afford coaching or anything like that. I tell them, go to Team Liquid, read the strategy forum, listen, don't post, just kind of absorb and get involved. You know, attend the free tournaments, talk to the people, and just contribute. And Team Liquid, if you want to be anything in this game, that's the place to start. It's absolutely the best place to be. And I don't know how that has anything to do with or without Kennegit. Kennegit's actually like one of the main admins.
That's how I became one of the top pro gamers in North America.
What's that?
So that's how I became one of the top pro gamers in North America, joining Team Liquid.
That's right. True success story.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take the last question here for 2010. Jeff, what was your favorite moment of State of the Game 2010?
Ooh, I think we got to. Can we do that with each of us?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I agree.
My favorite moment, I would have to say, is when Anna came on and said she likes horses.
That was pretty good.
Man, I love horses.
Tyler,
I didn't up, by the way. This is 100% organic. Like, that just happened.
Tyler, your favorite moment?
Yeah. I wouldn't have guessed it, but the amount of giggling that Sean does, like, it just tickles me. I just love it. Every single time, like, someone's just talking and then we just hear Sean. Like, I just love it. So that's
It's going to be Sean favorite. Giggling?
Yeah, Sean giggling. All throughout 2010.
Kennegit, what about you?
I know we had unprepared and poorly articulated arguments, but talking with Lee about extended series was my favorite moment of State of the Game.
Do you have a reason for that, or just because you
just because it was something that I wanted to talk about, and up until about 5 seconds before I thought of the question, I hadn't put any thought into it, which is why our arguments were such shit. But next time, that's for 2011. We will prepare better arguments.
There you go. Anna, do you have a favorite moment of 2010 for State of the Game?
Of course. It sounds kind of silly, I guess, but being on is a huge... I love all you guys, and I love what you do with State of the Game. So just sitting on here and hanging out with you guys and being not as funny as the rest of you and still getting to... that I have a part has been my favorite moment, definitely. Thank you.
There you go. And as far as my favorite moment, it's got to be Jeff and the Artosis rant way back when. talking about the origins of Artosis. You can obviously find that on YouTube. Real quick, we'll do shout-outs and then wrap this up. You can follow State of the Game on Twitter at stateofthegame.com. You can follow myself at ItmeJP. Again, huge shout-out for DJ Wheat for helping us hosting and hoping during this transition. We'll talk about that in 2011. Review us on iTunes. Spread the show. And there should be a MediaFire link on the website if you guys have troubles downloading from our own host. I didn't do a show timestamp, but that should be for obvious reasons. This show, Jeff, you got any shout-outs, man?
I always do. First and foremost, I want to thank the fans and everybody that listened. This was obviously a different show. We put ourselves in a little bit of a different state and kind of kicked back and had fun. So I want to segue into my Jerry Springer-esque final speech. Please stop being so serious. Kennegit and I had we yelled at each other, but guess what? We're still best friends.
We are
best friends for life, man. I yelled at Artosis. I've yelled at everybody probably on the show at one time or another. We're all still best friends, man. So please do me and us the favor and don't try to make this into a reality show where there's questions of us hating each other. We really just love this stuff and we're passionate. So thank you to the fans. Thank you to my team, Evil Geniuses, Intel, SteelSeries, all excellent stuff. MSI Notebook. We do have the EG Master Cup tournament coming up the 18th and 19th. I think it's actually just the 19th. But really tune into that. Some of the finest players playing for a pretty good cash prize with awesome production. DJ Wheat and Day 9 are casting that. It's going to be amazing. I will be playing that as well, so please come support me. I'll need it. Got to get my big tournament win on the board so I can get that monkey off my back. You guys can follow me on Twitter at 88InControl. That's the number 8, INCONTROL. I'm trying to get my media mogul going, so help me out with that. And if anybody is interested in any kind of coaching whatsoever, go to ghostcoaching.com and check out some of the fine coaches there. I am there. If you're not interested in coaching, there's free content all the time, including streamed lessons, which is beneficial to everyone. Even if you think it's the dirtiest thing in the world to pay for coaching, you should absolutely check it out just to benefit from that, because that's just helping the community out. That's good stuff. So thank you, everyone. This has been a great year. Love State of the Game, and I love your guys' support. So, mwah.
Kennegit, shout-outs?
Team Liquid, obviously. I said I would give a shout-out to my little buddy Intrigue. If you don't know him, he's a mod on Team Liquid. He has a record you should listen to. It's at soundcloud.com/castlesmusic. So the word castles and then music. It's amazing. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's amazing. And I don't have many other shout-outs, but I should say that in all the years I've been involved with esports, there is one group of guys who have been instrumental, and I hope they have great success in 2011. That's the guys from Live on 3, DJ Wheat, Slasher, and Sir Scoots. I think they're one of the most important voices in esports today, especially Wheat, who's had years and years of experience and troubles and success, and I hope they have great success in the future. Their shows are on Sunday from 2 till 5 Eastern, somewhere in there. So yeah, be sure to check them out.
Tyler, you got any shout-outs?
TheLittleAppFactory.com. And I love those guys, and I'm so happy about them sponsoring Team Liquid. It's just been awesome, and so I have to mention on every show. Other than that, I really just love all the fans of State of the Game, man. It's so much more of a pleasure for me to do this for you guys than it is for you to listen, even though I know you love me so much. I'm not narcissistic at all.
Don't listen to
so yeah.
It's very narcissistic.
Thanks for listening. I love it. So check us out in 2011.
Anna, do you have any shout outs?
Actually, yeah, I'd love to shout out to Team Liquid, because in what I lack in skill in StarCraft, I really do make up for in passion, and I really enjoy being a part of the community and being able to offer what skills I do have, which are not very geared toward being very good at StarCraft yet. But they've always provided not only a place for me to learn, but a place for me to give back, and then letting me do those interviews at MLG was a big deal. So I would shout out to Team Liquid, and then, of course, to iNcontroL, who always supports me in everything I do. And to State of the Game, because you guys are obviously boss.
There you go. I guess, really quick, thanks to everyone who tuned in 2010. You guys have no idea what this means to myself, to iNcontroL, to Tyler, to Sean, and to everyone else who guested on the show throughout 2010. And 2011 is going to be nothing but bigger and better. This is the last show of 2010. We'll be back next year, obviously with more stuff. Most definitely we'll have video. It's going to be every week. 52 episodes is what I'm aiming for. We'll have to see. I'm confirming video right now. We'll have video next year. We'll be back in a couple of weeks whenever we get that installed. And again, thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the cast. We'll see you guys next year. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thank you for everyone who came on throughout the year. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to ArenaCast. This is Maggie Desu Nor. You can follow ArenaCast on Twitter at www.twitter.com/ArenaCast and join the Facebook group called ArenaCast for exclusive show announcements and community feedback. Also, remember to send questions for the cast to questions@arenacast.net. Serious questions only, please. The guys are tired of answering ones about the Jonas Brothers. Now here are your hosts, JP McDaniel and Keith Eigov.